From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen.
This is Roz and Mocha.
It's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow! You just won $1,000.
Amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I don't have the kind of attachment to my phone that a lot of people have.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And even the stuff on it, like we've talked about this before, like
Because you don't know where to find anything.
No,
on your phone.
but if all my pictures went away, you know what I mean? Like I don't like Catherine has all that stuff, right? Like the pictures on my phone, if I lost them all, it's fine. Like I would get over it. Where you would be crushed because you
Absolutely.
have all that stuff. I'm just reading this story about the Wyoming toilet guy.
What?
So sorry, Montana. My bad, not Wyoming, Montana.
Oh, the Montana toilet guy.
Yeah.
Why don't you-
Oh, okay. Oh,
Okay.
sorry. I know.
What
I didn't mean to be so
clarity.
confusing.
Yeah.
So I guess what happened was they have these things called pit toilets, which is very much like an outhouse, right? Like, but only it's like a porta potty, but only it's not contained within the unit. It's a box that is in the middle of nowhere, and then there's just a hole in the ground, like a giant pit that's like lined with some sort of
And it just seeps into the
concrete.
dirt?
No, it's like lined with like some sort of like concrete or whatever, and then
Okay.
I guess they come and suck it out every now and then or whatever it is. But the Montana toilet guy, I guess what happened is that he went in there and to go, and it's just like a hole in the ground, right? Like there's no toilet. It's a hole in the ground that I guess you squat over. And what happened is that he dropped his phone in there. Now, at that point, you have to make a life decision. Okay? You have to make a life decision at that point.
Yeah.
And he was alone
Okay.
as well.
Yeah.
Okay? So imagine you're out in the middle of nowhere in Montana. If something goes wrong, you need to get a hold of someone.
Yes.
Your phone is now in the toilet hole in the ground.
Can you see it?
No.
You can't.
You
Okay.
cannot see it. Okay?
Would it still work?
So what do you do at this point? Okay, what do you do at this point? Me, I walk right out of there like it's nothing. I forget about it. I've written everything off by the time I close the door behind me.
Yeah.
That phone is gone forever. So what do you do, Mocha?
Okay. See, all my stuff is in the cloud, so I can just go get a new phone and just everything's
Fair.
back on my phone.
Okay, yeah. But you are
However-
in the middle of nowhere.
I'd leave it. I'd have to leave it.
You would leave it. Shem, you do what?
Firstly, I'd pray.
Okay, yeah. And obviously when that doesn't work.
It always works, Roz.
Okay, so what do you do?
I might go digging.
Okay. Okay. Maury, what do you do?
Oh, I absolutely go for my phone.
You go for your phone.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because I wouldn't want first of all, I want my phone back, but I don't want anyone else to see a phone and find stuff on there.
Right. Deepa,
I would also go digging
you
for
would
my
go
phone.
digging.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
I
So,
would, yeah.
So what
okay.
guy in Montana do?
Now, would you reach down with one arm and go digging around?
No, you have to do two.
What?
Why?
No
Why
way.
can't you do one?
Because the hole is
You just feel
deep.
around.
No, but couldn't you get a shopping bag?
It's deep. So what this guy did, okay, so now we all know what y'all would do, okay? Let me ask you if you would do what this guy did. So again, this guy goes he's in a Montana, like out in the middle of nowhere. There's a toilet hole, which is like an outhouse with a pit in the ground.
Yeah.
Montana toilet guy takes off all his clothes.
No.
Oh my god.
Okay?
No.
Montana guy takes off all his clothes.
Yeah.
Climbs down inside.
No.
No.
Gets stuck. Was not found until the next day.
Oh, no.
Never found his phone.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yo, Noel, it's Roz Mocha.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, buddy. Is it Noel or Noel?
Noel, like
Okay.
Christmas.
Noel. Listen to this, guys. Got this incredible note from Noel, okay? This is about Stranger Things, by the way. The note reads like this. It's Noel. I would love to hear your opinion on this. After Roz and Mocha kept talking about Stranger Things for the past 4 years, I finally decided to watch it and couldn't stop until I finished the entire series.
There you go.
After watching it, I have decided to link you guys to characters from the show.
Okay.
Oh.
Roz.
Yeah.
From everything he said, he's definitely Steve. Roz has the hair and used to be the playboy in high school.
Still is.
Thank you, Warren.
Mocha. If Roz is Steve, Mocha is 100% Dustin.
That's all right. Dustin's cool, man. I like Dustin.
Just like the Roz and Mocha show, Steve and Dustin are the show. So easy choice. Maury.
Yeah.
We all guessed it. He's Will.
Oh. You forgot my birthday?
Just makes every situation weird and people forget his birthday.
Oh my God.
He's a needed character, but annoying at the same time.
Yeah.
God damn.
Wow.
Shem.
Oh, no. Oh, man.
Shem is Lucas. Not just because he's black
Oh.
or because Hold on.
That's exactly what it is. Don't lie about.
Period.
Oh,
Lucas. Not just because he's black or because Lucas got dumped by Max and is all alone.
Oh.
Spoiler alert. But from a few times, Shem has talked about his family. I see a good-hearted family and brother-sister rivalry.
Okay.
Deepa.
Oh, Lord. All right.
No, Deepa, you're not 11. I say from what Deepa has said about herself in high school, she's 100% Susie. And I also don't think Susie has a house key either.
Burn. Savage.
Susie.
Susie is Dustin's
girlfriend.
nerdy girlfriend that lives across the way
Hey! Doesn't deserve that reaction.
in the controlling household.
Utah Susie?
I like Susie. I'll
And
take
then
it.
Noelle says, but overall, you guys are the best radio show in Canada. Noelle, we had to get you on the phone for this because this was just incredible. Thank you so much. Did you at least enjoy Stranger Things when you watched the series?
Oh, man. I'm just upset because after I started watching it, Roz goes, there's a 5th season. I'm like, oh, no. Now I got to wait 2 years, man.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
I enjoyed it, man. It was one of the best series out right now, for sure. Well written.
So how far into watching the show did you come up with your list of comparisons here?
I started season 1. At season 1, I had Roz's Mike because Will's all over Mike, right? But as soon as I started watching season 3 and Robin, I think Robin's line got me like, he's Steve. When Robin said, how many kids are you friends with? I'm like, Roz, the oldest guy in the show. You guys are
Wow. Incredible. Noelle, we are sending you so much love, bro. Thank you for this.
No problem, man. Have a good one, guys.
And thank you for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show.
No problem. Hey, can I leave off with a joke to Maury?
Yeah?
Mocha, get the 911 ready, okay? All right.
Oh, no.
What goes up and never comes down?
Your age.
No, your weight.
Oh, snap.
Wow, Maury would rather be in the upside down right now with Vecna.
Just going to say.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
We got a real fun text that came through from SR Photography, okay? When will Roz have to write his, quote, Guyanese citizenship test?
Oh, damn.
Will there be a verbal component to the test where he has to make a Guyanese sentence using all the words that he's learned? Accent is optional, but I think everyone can agree. Bonus points will be given for any attempt he makes.
I can't do.
Should be mandatory.
I can't do accent.
Why?
No.
What if we give you the pass?
No.
We give you the pass.
No. I'm not.
We give you the pass, man.
I'm not Chet Hanks. All right.
But you could be.
Hey,
yes, that
right.
could be
You don't
the
want to
goal.
be Shaba Roz?
No. Okay, so you guys, you guys always give me these sort of like Guyanese slang words that I have to try and figure out what the hell they are, and we've done it a whole bunch of times. And so the question was, can I use them all properly?
Yes.
And sort of like in a sentence kind of thing, right? So that if that's the task, I've prepared something.
Yes.
Okay. So you let me know. Okay. Stop laughing at me already.
Do you
man.
want to go through just quickly some of the words? Just say what the words are. Oh,
no,
you're just going to straight
we
up.
can do that after.
Oh,
Let
okay.
me do this first.
Go.
Okay. Let me do this first, and then we can come back and we can discuss.
All right,
Okay.
bye. All right, bye.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Come on. Let me go. Let me gaff.
Okay, here we go. A pickney is a child, a kid you pick up from school. A Lolo is a ding-dong or wiener if you're cool. Pagli means crazy or bananas, you insane. Aloo is a potato, mashed fried or poutine. Katyai... Okay, hold on here. Okay. Katyai, keep walking. This body looks good in Jane's. A little tight on the low, but I can bubble all the same.
That's good.
Congratulations, Roz.
Yes.
You have officially passed the test. You have now received your Guyanese citizenship.
Thank you.
No, you're supposed to say thanks now.
Oh, thanks, nah.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
So most days in here, I'm the first one that shows up, followed by Shem, Dammit Maury, then you, Roz, then Deepa, right? Today, I get into the Roz and Mocha studios, and Shem is already here.
Oh, excuse me.
And he's like in the other room, and he's working away, and he's laughing hysterically. And I was like, what's going on? And I have no idea, right? And he was like, can you give me some time on the show today? I have something.
Oh.
And he just emailed something over to me. And then he was like, do you want me to give you kind of like do you want me to tell you what it is? And I was like, no, just, I trust you.
Usually when people are super early for work, I always assume they poop the bed.
So I'm going to turn things over to Shem because I have no idea what this is.
You have no idea?
I have zero idea. All I know is that Shem just emailed me a file.
Okay.
An audio file, and I just put it in the system. So I'm going to let you take over, Shem, and see what's what.
All right. So I want to first give a round of applause to Roz because your Guyanese citizenship test was
okay. Hey.
phenomenal.
Hey.
It really was phenomenal.
So
You made me so proud. It really did.
Yeah.
So got a lot of comments. A lot of people thinking that, Sadiqa, for example, wrote on Instagram, asked me to include it in the August Roz Mocha recap.
Okay.
Rebecca said we got to turn and make a song out of that. And then
this, by the way, just give me 1 second,
Yeah,
Shem.
of
This, by
course.
the way, was these guys always test me on Guyanese slang and words that I don't know, where they just throw out a word and they say, "What do you think that means?" And it's a very big struggle for me, but I want to learn, and so I struggled to figure out what all these Guyanese slang words were, and then I was tasked with putting everything I've learned into one sentence, right? And this happened yesterday on the show, and the response was fantastic.
Yeah, if you go to our Instagram, you see the video.
Yeah, and I learned a lot.
It's great.
Yeah, learned a lot. Okay, sorry, Shem.
you really made me proud, I got to say. So
you.
I felt inspired yesterday to come up with a song.
Okay.
And actually, I'm not even on the song.
Oh.
I'm not saying a word in the song. Normally I do on the show. This is all you, Roz.
Oh.
Produced by me, but
Oh,
this
no.
is all you.
Oh,
So here you go. The Roz Weston, first ever, I have to say.
Yeah.
Let's just call it a soca song.
Okay.
By
Move your
Roz.
backside.
Where's the Lolo? Where's the Lolo? Where's the Lolo? Bati. Where's the Lolo? Bati. Pickney is a child you pick up from school. Pickney is a child you pick up from school. Pickney is a child you pick up from school. A Lolo is a ding-dong or wiener if you're cool. Pickney is a child you pick up from school. Pickney is a child you pick up from school. Pickney is a child you pick up from school. A Lolo is a ding-dong or wiener if you're cool. Bati. Where's the Lolo? Bati. Where's the Lolo? Bati. Yeah, I keep walking, get your ass out of here. Cut, yeah, I keep walking, get your ass out of here. Cut, yeah, I keep walking, get your ass out of here. This body looks good in James. Aloo is a potato, hogly. Aloo is a potato, hogly. Aloo is a potato, hogly. Mashed, fried, or poutine. A little tight on the low. A little tight on the low. A little tight on the low.
Oh my God.
But I can bubble all the same. Where's the low? I don't want to be Guyanese. Where's the low? I don't want to be Guyanese. Where's the low? I don't want to be Guyanese.
There you go, Roz.
Yes.
Wow,
I like that beat. I like that beat.
That was incredible.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Been waiting for this all damn morning.
This is 5 in 7.
Ah, yes. Welcome back to 5 in 7. The rules for 5 and 7, very simple. We will ask Dammit Maury to name 5 things. He has 7 seconds to name those 5 things. Mocha will be the official judge and timekeeper. Dammit Maury, how are you feeling today?
I'm good. Thank you so much for asking.
Dammit Maury's record in 5 and 7, not good at all. Maury, are you settled? Are you good? Are you feeling confident?
Yes, I just went to the bathroom.
Okay, wonderful. That's all we could ever ask for. An empty Maury. Because that's all we ever get.
Oh.
Damn.
Dammit Maury. Aside from birds, name 5 living things that lay eggs.
Chickens. Women. Snakes.
What?
And
Loser.
Interesting you said women.
What are you talking about, Maury?
because women have eggs.
They don't lay them.
No, I know, but I was just naming things. I was going to start with naming things that have eggs, and then if there was time left over.
If there was time left over.
You have 7 seconds more. Okay. You think like a woman, like the baby's in an egg and she sits on it?
Also, yeah, do you want to ask me any questions if you don't know how this stuff works?
Yeah. Yeah. Deepa, where do you keep your eggs when they're not in you?
Yeah, I still haven't found that out about myself, so I'll get back to you later.
Crocodiles would have taken.
Crocodiles?
Yes. Snakes, turtles, spiders, fish, all things that lay eggs.
Ugh, spiders. Gross.
Damn it, Maury. Name 5 Greek gods.
Okay, Jesus. Venus de Milo.
Okay. Jesus. The man said Jesus. Okay.
Okay, hold on. What is Jesus the god of?
Oh, hell if I know. I just know the names. Okay. Zeus. Hey, Zeus
is the...
Zeus is the god of... He's the one with the... Oh, lightning!
Oh, who's the other one you said?
Oh, Venus de Milo.
Okay. No. No. Okay. Maury would have given you Zeus. Would have given you Apollo, Ares, Athena, Poseidon. I would have even given you Hermes.
What, the mattress?
The mattress?
Hermes, not air mattress.
Yeah, you know that Greek god Air Mattress?
You know? He's the god of comfort.
That would be the god of camping, actually, Mocha.
Okay.
Maury, name 5 words that have 3 A's.
Oh, 3 A's. Oh, no, not automobile.
Loser.
Automobile?
It's like how a Guyanese person would say it.
Oh, look, the new automobile.
Yeah.
Maury would have given you Alabama, banana, alpaca, calamari. Takeaway has 3 A's. There's a lot
Maury's
of...
first answer was ah.
Yeah, I'm not giving you
I opened up.
Damn it, Maury.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Name 5 things that come in a tube.
Oh, toothpaste, cookie dough, in a tube. In a tube. Mattress.
Loser.
Would have given you Pringles, tennis balls, yes, toothpaste, glue. I would have even given you polenta. You ever seen those big tubes of
Yes.
polenta?
What the
Sausage
hell
I
is
would have given you.
polenta?
Posters I would have given you, like a poster tube. And finally, Maury, we'll round it out with this one. This is the last question of this round of 5 and 7. Again, if you're just joining us, it's very simple. We asked Dammit Maury to name 5 things. He has 7 seconds to name those 5 things. Dammit Maury, name 5 things on your body that continue to grow even after puberty.
Okay. Belly, hair, nose. They continue on your body.
Okay. Yes, would have given you hair, toenails, fingernails, nose, and ears. Your ears continue to grow your entire life.
My next guess was nipple.
Your nipples? Oh, like you think seniors are just walking around with big giant nipples?
Hold on. In your mind, right? In your mind, are they growing like outwards, or are they like expanding in?
No, they flop down
in perimeter.
Ew.
Oh.
So outward,
outward, and then down.
Oh, first of all, okay, there would be a huge market. We would have heard, okay, like there would be a huge market for nipple reduction if that were were the case, right? But you don't hear a lot of senior citizens going in for nipple reduction.
No,
there's a reason for that. Because unlike your fingernails, toenails, hair, nose, and ears, your nipples do not continue to grow.
And that is how you play 5 and 7.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Virginia, hello. Welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show. What's going on?
Hello, how are you guys?
Good. We understand that you are stressed. Why is that?
Because I'm getting married next May and we're having a lot of issues with our caterer.
Oh, with your caterer. Okay. You wrote this. Roz and Mocha Fix My Life. Our wedding caterer. Oh, God.
What?
Our wedding caterer is my dad's boss's husband.
Oh, no.
And gave my fiance and I the impression that he was going to be a reasonable price, but after receiving a $25,000 quote, we don't know what to do. Every time we try to make it cheaper, since the drink part is super expensive, there's always another price that comes up, and that is really not saving us any money. He is very unresponsive, but I'm scared that if we don't sign up with him, that my dad will get the brunt of it from his boss. How did you get into this relationship without having met with other caterers first?
So we originally had a wedding planned, and then due to COVID, we canceled that one.
Sure.
So then when we started when everything started to open up, we started trying for a new one.
Yeah.
And my dad just found him, I guess his boss recommended him very early. So he was like, if you want to give him a call, maybe get a quote. I'm sure he's really nice. His food's really good because they had catering during COVID. So we reached out to him and I said I would like to get a quote. So we met with him at the end of May. And then once we met with him, he was very I'm good at my job. I don't need to fight for this. I know I'm good at what I do. And he kind of just said, if you shake my hand, I'm hired. And at that time, what are you supposed to do? You're kind of just pressured. So I was like,
well, not really. You didn't sign anything.
Not really. Have you given him a deposit?
No, he said we can pay the day after the wedding if we wanted to, which was extremely nice of him.
How many people at the wedding?
So we're 105, but with our vendors, we're 110.
Okay, so 110 people. Is $25,000 reasonable for when it comes to that?
Catering?
Yeah, I don't know. What were you, you go on all the wedding blogs and everything else, I'm sure, right?
Mm-hmm,
yeah, okay. So what are other people paying for 110 people at a wedding for food?
So his quote also included decorations and stuff, which we didn't really want.
Okay.
So technically the food and alcohol portion, I guess, would be $18,000, but the quote is very set in stone. He's not budging on anything.
Did you go into the conversation with him by telling him what your top budget is? We can only spend this much.
So we said that we didn't want to spend a lot, but we didn't have a precise number yet. But I am assuming that's a high number for catering because my sister's wedding was a lot cheaper.
What is your fiance saying about this?
The problem is he's Portuguese and so is the chef. So he's thinking, oh, well, the food's going to be really good, and if we have to, but I'm like, no, I'm not spending that much money on food.
Okay. What are your folks saying about this? What's your dad saying about this?
So my dad doesn't think it will affect his work, but he's also saying, well, it's really good food. What else do you want here? And I'm like, I don't want to spend almost $20,000.
So I think that if you're uncomfortable with it, your fiance is uncomfortable with it, you haven't signed anything at all, there's nothing tying you to this guy, like legally, then if you're not comfortable, you need to walk away and go find another caterer. And maybe your conversation with this person that runs a company is the fact that it's a little bit more expensive than what you are looking to pay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, but I'm super nervous we're not going to find one in time.
Yeah, you probably like what are you looking for? So for 110 people, what are you hoping to spend on food?
I would say like under 10,000.
Oof.
Oh,
girl.
Good luck. Good luck.
I did find a smaller caterer that's quoting us like 8,500.
Yeah.
But my fiance's just worried about the quality of food.
Yeah, you got to do that tasting menu, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he didn't even offer us a tasting. That was another thing.
So you
what?
Oh God. Okay, so
he was like, well, you know I'm good,
Yeah,
and I'm
okay.
like,
This guy, first of all, this guy's a douche.
Yeah.
I think that your way out of this to maybe have it not blow back on your dad is to tell him, hey, listen, we're rethinking a lot of this. It's not you, it's not the food, it's not the company, but we need to sort of reconfigure and reevaluate the scale on what we do, because it's not that 25 grand is a little too much. The number we're looking at, we have to go in a completely different direction, because we're looking at about half. And then he's gonna go, oh, your food's gonna be crap, and why don't you go with me, and it's worth it, and all this other stuff. And that it's at this point where you just have to stand firm and say, then maybe we have to sort of rethink a lot of other things for the wedding as well, meaning like guests and all this other stuff, right? But don't make him think that he's a little too high. Like you have to go in saying, hey, this is our first time doing this. Didn't realize, COVID happened, all this stuff happened. Money situations are different. The idea of 25 grand for food for the people at the wedding is just not a feasible thing. But I don't think that that'll blow back on your old man.
Okay, well, that's good to hear.
What about a restaurant? There's like a bunch that you could totally do a full out wedding reception in.
Yeah, so actually the caterer that I'm looking at in my hometown is like a restaurant that caters.
Oh, there you go.
I think that's why it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Does that help, Virginia?
It really does, yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Thank you. Are you going to ask me the question?
Oh, okay, sure. Between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
So I love Roz because I'm from Acton, Ontario.
Oh, my God.
Roz's
really?
hometown, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I actually live on the street he grew up on. My mom knew his mom.
Which street?
Are we allowed to say that on air?
Sure. I don't live there anymore.
He has no ties.
I think it's
the only reason why I asked that is because I lived in like 8 houses in that town.
Okay, well, I live on Greenore Crescent.
Yeah, so I never lived on Greenore. My mom lived on Greenore.
Oh,
okay.
interesting.
Well, close.
Yeah. I had a room there, but they moved to Greenore when I was like already like in college and had moved out. Yeah.
Hey, have you driven by? Roz has his own street sign out there, right? Roz Weston Lane.
Yes.
Have you driven by?
Yes, the alleyway.
Don't say it like that.
See, I didn't want to say it. I just,
Yeah, don't say it like that.
Just in case anyone doesn't know. But now that you say that, we got to explain. It's the alley that connects the Tim Hortons to the beer store.
Right.
Yeah, actually, I used to walk up and down there in my teenage years.
Yeah, believe me, we all did. That alley has seen some things.
Yeah, it has.
Wow. All right. Well, there you go, Virginia. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Love you.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life
on Kiss.
So we all know, out of everybody on the Roz and Mocha show, everyone in this room, Deepa is the only one that believes in ghosts.
I love how you rewrite history.
That's false.
I don't know.
What are you talking about?
It's so stupid.
What?
Maury believes in ghosts. You believe in ghosts. Shem believes in ghosts. You
Oh,
are
right.
the only one
Dammit
who doesn't
Maury,
believe in ghosts.
You're right. No, you are right. Dammit Maury does believe in ghosts. I didn't know that Shem believed in ghosts,
Of course
too.
Shem believes in ghosts.
You believe in ghosts, Shem?
Holy Ghost,
Yeah.
man. Jesus.
That's a ghost. It's a ghost.
Same thing. Ghost.
I am the only one who doesn't believe in ghosts.
You and me,
No,
as we've stated.
no.
So, because I read this thing online, I'd like to share with you guys and see what Deepa has to say about it. I never really was a believer until this happened. So people are sharing their stories, right?
God, let me find something else to
Okay.
do while you guys do this.
No, you listen.
Yeah.
It was late afternoon, and I had just finished putting a food shopping order through online. My daughter was sitting at the dining table, so I told her what I'd order for her, and she said, "Thanks, Mom. I like those ones." A few moments later, my husband came downstairs and asked me who I was talking to. I said my daughter, but I hadn't looked up from my phone by that point. He said she's been upstairs playing for the last hour or so. I was up there with her. I put my phone down and saw that no one was at the dining table. I still can't figure out who or what was sitting at the table that day, but it certainly wasn't my daughter.
Oh, no. So there is an explanation for this.
Okay, go.
Okay, so
Yeah, it
sometimes
didn't happen.
when...
That's the explanation. It
No,
didn't happen.
no.
It didn't happen.
It happened.
No,
Ross
it
is
never
so
happened.
mad right now.
No.
What's the explanation, Deepa?
Okay, so sometimes when you have a soul or whatever, a ghost, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Okay, just let me explain.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is in your house
Yeah.
and is attached to your house. They then want to become a part of your family so that they still feel welcome in their space because now you're in their space. So I feel like in this specific situation, they're like, okay, I know who the family... Guys, I know who the family members are. So the only way that I can make myself feel welcome is by embodying one of said family members and then striking up communication through that way.
Okay.
Or she lied.
No, like
Oh.
this
Okay,
is
hold on.
very
I have
plausible.
more, okay?
Okay.
So I found this online. So that I never really was a believer until this happened, okay? In college, I was sleeping in my dorm and woke up at 3 a.m., really thirsty. When I opened the door, the light from the hallway illuminated my roommate asleep in her bed. This was a little weird because she normally slept at her boyfriend's house. But I just had to remember to open and shut the door quickly when I got back so I wouldn't wake her. On my way back in, I saw her turn over in bed when the light hit her. I was a little scared. I woke her up.
Yep.
So I mumbled an apology and went back to sleep. She wasn't there the next morning because she had class. But when she got back to the dorm, I asked her when she got in last night because I hadn't heard her. That's when she told me she wasn't there last night at all.
Okay, another explanation. This is something that you learn while you watch ghost hunting shows religiously like I do. That light is called an anomaly. So when you watch, I know you guys are laughing at me right now, but I'm serious. So when you watch these shows, you see this like ball of light. Sometimes it does look like a dust particle, but it's not a dust particle. And it can hit certain things and it causes a reaction. It causes something to move or it causes somebody to have an immediate reaction once that light actually hits them. So in this situation, if she wasn't in her bed, but he saw something move in the bed, it's because the light anomaly hit it and caused it to have a reaction.
Or she is a dehydrated, binge-drinking college co-ed.
No, I think my
who woke up drunk.
I got another one. Okay, I grew up in a big Victorian house in Adelaide, Australia. One morning, I woke up and could hear the family having breakfast. Voices, cups, plates clinking, the usual sounds. I wondered why my parents hadn't woken me, so I got up, went down the hall towards the kitchen. The noise got louder and louder the closer I got. However, the kitchen door was shut, which is really unusual. We never shut the door. So I pushed it open. The second I stepped into the room, the noises stopped abruptly like a radio being turned off, and the room was completely still and empty.
Okay, yeah, another reasonable explanation. So sometimes, again, if a soul is trapped in this house that they previously belonged to, they still think it's their house. They're probably around using things that were familiar to them. And then when the person comes, they're like, oh no, oh my gosh, like I don't want to be found out. So then they just stop immediately right away.
Okay, again, I have one more to read, okay?
Go. Oh, yeah,
I
go ahead.
never really was a believer until this happened, is this thread that I found online, okay? My dad worked nights, and when I was a kid, he would get home every night at 12:08 a.m., like clockwork. My mom would always wait up for him, but this particular night, she fell asleep on the couch and had a very vivid dream. She dreamt that she walked out into the backyard and found my dad staring up at the sky at a weird light. They were both transfixed by this sight. Suddenly, she woke up and realized it was 12:20 a.m., and she had not heard my dad come home. She looked in the driveway and saw his truck, so she went to the backyard to look for him. storm. There he stood, staring into the
Oh,
sky
no.
at a strange light, and he was hypnotized. She, too, became frozen in place, watching the light. Eventually, the light zoomed off, and they went back to normal. Neither had realized that almost an hour had passed.
Oh my gosh. Okay, explanation for this one, not ghosts, but aliens. That's a whole other world of possibilities, explanations. So
I don't have an
that's my
opinion on
answer to
listening
that.
because I stopped listening.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
All right, can we talk about what happened to Shem yesterday?
Yeah, my
Poor
God.
Shem. Deepa, you don't know this story,
No,
right?
what happened?
Shem got violated yesterday. Violated.
Yeah. So I was walking to the parking garage here yesterday.
Yeah.
And as has been the case for some really strange reason over the last couple summers, I get a lot of flat tires. So I noticed that my driver's side front tire was flat.
Right.
So I was like, okay, well, I know how to deal with this. I decided to take a chance and drive down to the nearest gas station.
Yeah.
And which is just down the street from us, from where the studio is.
The sketchy one down the road?
That's the one.
Okay.
So I went there and filled up my tire with air. It was good. I had an appointment, so I was rushing. Going to be a little bit late, a little bit stressed out about it, but I said, all right, whatever. So I'm about 10 minutes into my drive on my way to my appointment, and I get a call from my credit card company.
Already.
10 minutes. 10 minutes. And they're like, you have an unusual sort of suspicious activity. You just spent $217 at a store. And I'm like, no, I didn't. I just went to put air in my tire. I didn't do anything. And then they're like, okay, well, we're not sure what's happening. And then they, in the middle of that conversation, they said, whoop, you just spent another $400. And I'm like,
While you're on the phone with them?
No.
While I'm on the phone with them. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, that makes no sense. I have my wallet. I pull over and I'm like, I have my wallet. No, I don't have my wallet. So I had lost my wallet.
At the gas station?
Left my wallet at the gas station.
Did they
And
tell you in the moment while you're on the phone with the credit card company what was being purchased?
I could see on my app because it was just
right.
updating.
Oh.
Right?
What was it? What were they buying?
They went to Rabbit Foods, went to the liquor store.
Yeah.
That's boring.
Yeah, I was just like going to say more. Did you steal Shem's wallet?
He had me into a liquor store.
Yeah.
So then what happened?
Yeah, so then I asked them to cancel my card. They canceled my card, so that was good. But then I said to myself, wait a minute, my entire wallet's gone. So that means they probably have my debit card as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked at my debit app, and oh my goodness, lo and behold, the money that I thought I had was no longer there.
Your cash was
God.
gone?
Well, the cash was gone, but I'm talking like the the money in my account, my checking account, was dwindling away at a very rapid speed. And the most helpless feeling of it was watching where they were spending my money as it was happening. The problem is that, so I'll full disclosure, I bank with TD.
Yeah.
And I called TD, or what I thought was TD Canada, and I was like, hey, this is my account number. This is who I am. They're like, you don't exist in our system.
Oh my
I'm like, well, what do you mean? Until I clicked in and like I didn't call TD Canada. So I ended up having to call TD Canada. So that wasted 30 minutes of my time.
Sure.
And they were spending more money. And then I lost all of it.
They cleaned out your account?
But how did they
Cleaned
get your
it right up.
PIN number?
Well, no, just tap. So they just
Because
kept
you don't need a
tapping.
PIN number. Just
Right.
tap.
They were just tapping.
So what were they buying? Could you tell? Could you see?
The most frustrating part, Mocha, was watching them purchase things
Yeah.
and seeing it get updated on my account. So they went to a Shoppers Drug Mart. Actually, hold on. They went to a Shoppers Drug Mart. They went to the Bay.
Oh.
They went to some place named Johnny's. I don't know what that is. Some burger place.
Wait, Johnny's in Scarborough. That's big. Yo, man, that's a big parking shop. Pick up Johnny's. Don't ask for lettuce. They won't give it to you.
Oh, no.
Okay. CBO a couple more times. And the hardest part was just watching the money just go and go. Now, thankfully, big thanks to the folks at the bank. They were able to get me a debit card, which is great because I was walking around with no money, also a flat tire.
But what about all that money?
What about your money?
How do you recoup?
So
do they help you with that?
Yeah, so the credit card charges will be a lot easier to reverse
Yep.
than the debit card ones. So I put in the claim, so we'll sort of see what happens. I'll just sort of
Oh my God.
I told you, right? Because I've had people have skimmed my credit card a million times, right? Yeah. And every time it happens, it's wild to see what they spend money on. And this one time it happened to me, and they literally only spent money on things that you 100% need ID for. They bought an all-inclusive vacation with travel insurance. Okay. They bought cell phones with plans and they registered for college.
But here's
Right?
the thing, though. Like, not only do you need ID, but those are all things that take a lot of time
Yes.
to set up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Whereas, like, with Shem,
Yeah.
when Shem got scammed, they were like quick
Boom, boom,
purchases.
boom, boom.
This is why Matthew
Yeah.
turned tap off.
So, yeah. So here's the thing. And I will say this to Shem in the room, everything else. I had a friend of mine who works for fraud, right, at a police force. And her instructions to me were, don't even take a debit card out of the house. Every single thing you do in life should only ever be on a credit card. Don't even take
Good
a
one.
debit card out of the house.
Yeah, easier said than done sometimes.
Because if somebody scams your credit card, the credit card company will cancel those and you will be even by the end of the day. If somebody removes your cash from your checking account, that is incredibly difficult to recover through the bank, and you will 100% never recover that cash if you go through the police.
Yeah. I think
Never.
Shem's saving grace
Never.
is that he was on the phone with these companies while the purchases were happening.
That's for the
So-
credit card, not the cash.
Yeah.
The-
Oh, right. Yeah.
The credit card, you get it back.
The credit card.
The cash. The fraud
Damn,
departments at police departments, they're dealing with $1 million frauds, right? By the time they get to you, which they never will get to you, so
Shem.
your only saving grace is to try and reason with the bank to get cash back.
What
through insurance or
is there
something
something we
like
could
that.
like? Should we start like a GoFundMe for you or?
Nah, you gotta get any station contests that I can
Like,
win?
Yeah, I know. Right? Get Shem back on his feet. Right?
I'm telling you, GoFundMe is the way
Yeah,
to
man.
go, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, you just said like we'll use one of your
No, I'm not
your,
doing-
your thirst trap picks.
No, I'm going to tell you right now, Shem, I'm not allowing you to do a GoFundMe because this is exactly the kind of thing of where we would do a GoFundMe and you would make $2.5 million and you'd quit in a week, right? You're better to me when you're broke. Sorry it happened to you. Sorry it happened to you, but I need you to not come out on top of this.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Maury, I think I just found your new summer outfit.
Yeah, what's that?
So I was reading 2 fashion articles the last couple of days. Hold on, let me find the
Fashion, darling.
Thank you. So there's 2 new trends.
Okay.
One is this summer, everybody is about the floral cowboy boots.
Yo, summer's almost done though.
I know.
How late is this
Well,
article?
going into fall, cowboy boots obviously
Yes.
help you in the fall.
Yeah.
But like wearing it with what?
Well, here's the other thing that's a hot trend that I was reading in the world of fashion yesterday because of Brad Pitt and Bullet Train is that bucket hats are all the rage.
Describe
Again?
a bucket hat.
Yeah, a bucket hat. Like a,
Come on, Maury.
I don't know,
Hold
man.
on. Bucket hats were big in like the 80s,
Yeah.
and then they came back again in the 90s.
Oh, I was thinking
And then
about
they
like,
came back again like maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
Yes.
For about 2 years. They went
Yes.
away.
Yes.
And you're saying now they're back again?
Bucket hats are the hottest thing right now.
I was thinking, so
Really?
when before Mocha described him, I thought you were talking about like those sort of round hats people wore in the saloons back in the day, like the 1800s.
No, like what kind of reference can I give you that you would understand?
God, I guess I could just Google.
Oh,
it.
like almost like a Gilligan hat from Gilligan's Island.
Oh, that.
Oh yeah, see, here we go. I gotta pick a show from the 50s.
Yeah.
for damn
Because
Maury to
Maury's 80
realize.
years
Yes. So cowboy boots and bucket hats.
Those are 2 different eras.
No, they're not. Timeless, Maury. Fashion, good fashion.
Okay,
is
but do you wear it with
timeless.
shorts or jeans?
Well, that's completely up to you.
Depends on the day, on the weather.
Yeah, and
Right?
the event.
Because there's nothing wrong with a good cowboy boot and shorts.
No, you ever worn cowboy boots?
Me, never.
No, you ever worn cowboy boots, Mocha?
Never. Even when I lived in Calgary.
Really, huh?
My dad
Never.
traded cow.
Give me a sec more. Shem, you ever wore cowboy boots?
I have actually.
Yeah.
I
What?
Went,
No way!
No, I went.
You're walking down the Old Town Road in
I was Lil Nas X
cowboy
before.
boots?
I was Lil Nas X before Lil Nas X.
What was the occasion where you wore cowboy
I
boots?
went to a country bar in Guelph, Ontario.
Yeah.
And it required you to dress the part. So I wore a hat.
No.
Yeah.
And I wore the boots.
Yeah.
And
Like no boots, no entry?
Listen, I couldn't have been more popular that night.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
What?
Oh yeah,
That
'cause
was
they
a-
got the university out there and everything.
Yo.
Cowboy boots. You ever walked with anything like with a slight heel on it? Because cowboy boots are
Yes,
not
I
easy
had
to walk
gold
in.
platform shoes back in my disco days.
Not platforms, a heel.
No, but those were heels.
Nah, no. Platforms is just like lifts. Why don't we just call platforms what they are, more? Lifts. You wore lifts back in the day.
Gold lifts.
Yeah.
But I did wear, I wore heels when I did drag.
Yeah. I used to wear cowboy boots all the time.
Yeah, you seem like a cowboy boot kind of guy.
Yeah.
Now, did you have different ones or just like one pair?
No, I had one pair and then I
Jet
destroyed
black?
them and then I got another pair. Now, because here's the thing, right? With cowboy boots is that you had a choice to make with cowboy boots, which was whether you like the normal way to wear a cowboy boot, the way that you can wear a cowboy boot and sort of like not be the thing everyone looks at. It's acceptable. You can wear them to dinner, everything else. The sort of mainstream way to wear a cowboy boot is the boot is under your jeans. Now,
what do you mean your boot is under your jeans?
Your jeans go over the boot.
Oh, yes. Okay. Of course.
Now, the bold way to wear a cowboy boot.
Don't tell me to talk.
Which is the way that I would wear cowboy boots.
No.
Is the jeans go in the boot.
Now, is that because there was no option to put the jeans outside of the boot because your pants are always so tight?
Yes.
I knew it.
Tucking them is the proper way.
Yeah. My jeans were so
Yeah, way
tight
tight.
because that's the way Axl Rose wore them, right? So that's the way I was going to wear.
Of course. Yeah. But now with shows like Yellowstone, you don't see Rip walking around with tucked in jeans in his
No, you can't. No.
Kevin Costner, kick your ass for that.
No, you can't. And the other thing too is that you can't do like khakis.
No,
right?
they have to be jeans.
They have to be jeans.
Yeah, you can't dress them up.
No, there's a certain way to wear cowboy boots. But if you've never worn them, maybe we should get you in a pair of cowboy boots one time.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Nah,
maybe you and Maury both get in cowboy boots and do a race.
Can I do a low cut boot?
A race?
Yeah. Why not? That'd be
No.
fun. You don't think so? And we'll get you on like a real slick floor. Like we'll race you around a Walmart.
Or like right here, in this, just outside of our studios here. No,
And if you already don't think that there's some Walmarts in this world that already have cowboy boot races, you are sadly mistaken.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I just stared at something before we went on, and I don't know what it was, but it was bright. And then when you have you can't look at anything because like my eyes are burned. Do you ever get that?
What? No. What?
You never get that? Like I can't. Like I looked at something bright. I don't know what it was.
Maybe because it's so dark, we always keep the lights off in the studios.
Yeah, it happened.
And then the computer screens are bright.
I don't know what happened. I don't know if that's like a getting old thing. Oh, for God's sake! You want to hear this story?
Here we go, guys. Everybody brace yourselves.
Okay,
Here we go. I can't wait for this.
Okay, hold on here. So,
is it taking you a while to remember?
It is. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I want to remember. I want to remember the name of it. Give me 1 second. So, I was emailing with Maura yesterday, and we were talking about like I had said that I think that we had done something on the show before, and then I went looking through an archive of the show, and I went back to 2019.
Okay.
And in 2019, we talked about this Netflix documentary called The Great Hack.
Okay.
The Great Hack was about Cambridge Analytica. This was the company out of the UK that originally they were hired by Ted Cruz to run his campaign, and then again with Brexit, and then again with Donald Trump. And what they did is they were a data collector, and these are the people that had like the 5,000 points of information on every single person on Facebook. And they and they managed to do these incredible campaigns, so sneaky, and like it was wild. And it was about one
targeted,
guy
right?
Targeted,
super targeted.
Yeah, and it was about one guy who tried to sue them to get his information back, or at least find out what information they had on him. It was a fascinating documentary, and we talked about this in 2019 while I was on vacation last week. Right, I made a note to myself. Hey, talk about that cool documentary you watched on vacation about Cambridge Analytica.
No.
So not only did I stumble upon it on Netflix and rewatch it,
Yeah.
I rewatched like all 3 episodes of it. And not only that, I fell asleep a couple times, so I had to go back. I spent a full day watching this documentary that I watched in 2019 and talked about on this show and was fascinated by it. And I just rewatched the
and you
whole
were
thing.
prepared to come back to talk about it.
Yes.
But this isn't the first time you've talked about something on the show that you completely forgot that you talked about years ago.
I know, but not one part of rewatching it triggered me.
At all.
At all. I was on the edge of my seat.
But didn't it like pop up in like, you've watched this before section? Like you
No,
want to
because
rewatch
I was
this
watching
again?
it on a different. I was watching it on like a different thing.
Hold on, but you went through 3 episodes.
Yes.
And it was the exact same information.
The
It's not
ex-
like there were
it was
updated
the
episodes
same
or anything
movie.
like that.
I
Yeah,
watched
the exact
this-
same thing.
It wasn't even a movie. It was like an 8-hour show.
And you could, in no part of it,
none
at all, triggered something in your mind.
Nothing.
Like, this is oddly familiar.
Okay, I'm telling you, like this is how much I don't remember watching that. Right. I was like texting Catherine while I was watching it, being like, "Hey, you got to watch this. Like, this is crazy."
And did she say you've watched
No,
this
because
before?
I didn't. I watched it on my own the last time, I guess.
So at what point are you going to seek help?
I don't know. I don't know.
Maury, you won't remember.
Yeah, like I can't. Yeah,
You need to take more fish oil.
Yeah, I don't know, but like, isn't that wild to me? In 2019, we had this full conversation.
So can you write a note to yourself now for next summer that you've already seen this?
I know. I'm going to have to delete my account and start over. I don't know what I'm going to have to do. But yeah, I didn't remember it. And I was like, I was going to talk about it yesterday.
You're going to need to
Because
make
it was this
a note
fascinating documentary that I
on
watched.
your phone, right?
Yeah.
In the Notes app, which you have.
Yeah.
I'll show you where to get it.
Yeah, thank
Okay?
you.
Because
Yeah.
I know you don't know that
Yeah,
it's there.
yeah.
And
There's one thing in my Notes app.
Which is?
And again, for reasons I have no idea, but I started logging farts.
Okay. Like for medical reasons? For your
No,
doctor?
no.
Oh.
I was just, for some reason, I guess it was like when I very first got a phone and I was like, what am I going to do on the notes? And I was like, let's just keep track of farts.
So are you talking about like how many times in a day or
that-
or like your recollection of it? Like in the moment, okay, like this one smells a little eggy. This one was a little longer.
Yeah.
This was like silent but deadly.
Yeah. I was like, because
Oh.
I didn't know how to use any apps, right? And I was like on the.
Do you still
No, I don't.
update
No,
it?
no, I don't update it at
So
all.
what you're going to have to do is create a new note
Yes.
in the Notes app, which
Yes.
again, I'll show you where to find it on your phone.
Right.
And it'll be like shows or movies or things I've watched.
I'm going to
And
have to start logging the things
then, and
that
then
I
every
watch.
single
I
time you
know.
watch something,
Yeah.
you have to go in, put in the date, and log that you watched that thing.
Yes. Yeah. No, for sure.
But then you're going to have
For
to have
sure.
another note section to remind you of that other
No,
note.
I'm going to have to put a Post-it on the front of my phone.
How do you find your way home?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I don't know.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, why did T.I. slap the guy from the Chainsmokers in the face? Did he punch him?
Yeah, just to be clear, he didn't slap him.
He punched him.
He punched him. He punched
my
Drew
God.
from the Chainsmokers. They were all at an event together.
Yeah.
And they were partying. Something happened.
Okay.
And then T.I. ended up punching the guy.
Awesome.
And then the Chainsmokers posted on social and told the story of exactly what happened. Listen to this.
Yeah, I just literally punched him in the face. We're on a vibe, and I was like, I gave him a kiss on the cheek. It was totally my fault. And he was like, "Don't do that." And I was like, "Okay." And he pushed me off, and I was like, "All right, my bad."
Dude, his friend goes, "You need to get your boy." And I go, "What the? I don't even know what happened. I had no context."
And he punched me in the face, and I was like, "Okay, I'm sorry." And he was like, "All right, cool, we're good." It was the weirdest interaction ever, because like I'm sure like he
did the coolest thing ever, and then you
kissed T.I. First of all, T.I. is fully in the right here. I was feeling the vibes way too hard, and I kissed T.I. on the cheek.
Some Chris Brown came on,
and he punched me in the face. And he punched me in the face for it. Like it's fully like down. Like, it's fully fine.
So they were partying a little too hard, and Drew Taggart from the Chainsmokers, I guess, was just like feeling the energy in the room.
Yeah.
And then walked over and gave T.I. a kiss on the cheek.
No. Jeez.
And then T.I. punched him.
Yeah.
Who hasn't been in that, environment when you just kissed your friend on the cheek?
Well, I mean, I think you got to watch out who you kiss, right?
And then T.I., because this story blew up, and then T.I., I guess, went on social.
Oh, he did?
And then he responded
okay.
to what the Chainsmokers said and the allegation.
But I love the Chainsmokers, man. Make great music. There's really not much more to the story. There's really not much more to the story than you've already heard. I think the most important thing to take away is afterwards. We had a drink, we took a shot, you did, and now and we moved on. You know, everybody left the party, had a good time. Like I said, love to chain smokers. I ain't not to get no sugar though. You know what I'm saying? Not no. No, buddy, no. And still a fan. And looking forward to, hey guys, as a matter of fact, would love to have you guys on Expeditiously, you know what I'm saying, if you can find the time for us to sit down and chop it up. Sit down and chop it up, man. I'd love to kick it with you. If y'all got some time on your hand, man, let's catch a vibe.
So it sounds like everything is good.
Sure,
right?
man.
Everything's great.
Yeah.
The one guy from Chainsmokers on stage with T.I. having a real good time. The crowd, I saw the video. The crowd was going nuts over the music that was playing, and he was just like really into the moment. Decided to give T.I. a kiss on the cheek.
So they're gonna have to kiss it out.
Yeah. Oh, geez, Maury. Yeah, I mean, who hasn't, made up with somebody who punched him in the face, though, right? You ever been punched in the face, Maury?
No.
Oh, it's the worst.
I've been punched in the stomach. That hurts.
Getting punched in the face sucks, man.
Yeah, it is.
You have?
Oh, my God. Yeah. Getting punched in the face sucks. It sucks.
Shem shaking his head.
Oh.
So I'm the only one that hasn't been punched in the face
Oh,
here?
I've been punched in the face. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it sucks. It's funny when you get punched in the face, you taste it. Like this, there's such a chemical reaction that happens in your skull. Like you hear it, you taste it, your eyes go all blurry. Like getting punched in the face, it sucks. It's never fun.
Still remember a punch in the face that I got when I was, I think, in grade 7 or grade 8.
Yeah.
It affected me. Like, I remember, I can see it right now.
Right.
That this kid in the schoolyard during recess clocked me.
Yeah.
It was his left, he threw a left hook.
Yeah.
And caught me on the right side of my cheek. I still
Yeah, and then you get punched in the face, and then for a good 15, 20 minutes, you feel that your teeth are loose.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can put your hand in your mouth and move your teeth, and then I guess they resettle and whatever else. But getting punched in the face sucks. Now that said, you shouldn't go around kissing people that maybe don't want to be kissed.
Right, Chainsmokers, don't be kissing T.I. on stage.
But that how many times have we seen people celebrating together? Woo! Where somebody just grabs the dude they're with, and it's not a random stranger.
No,
and then
I
love
you, man.
Yeah, oh my God, you win F1, you win an Academy Award, you're winning all this stuff, and like the guy said, you're in the moment, right? Like this is a great moment, and you give the guy a kiss on the cheek, but
now T.I.'s never going to be kissed again. Everyone's going to be afraid to kiss him.
You think he's worried about that?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
According to a new poll of 1,000 adults, they asked how many books you've read in the last year, and not finished, just, I guess, read any part of a book. Also, ebooks and audiobooks count too.
Oh, all right.
And
how long in the past?
In the past year.
Oh, one.
One. Deepa?
0.
0. Maury?
10.
10. Shem?
Honestly, 0.
0? Yeah.
Roz?
I mean, my own.
Does that count? Does that count? You
No,
wrote it.
you can't count that
I can't
one.
count my own?
No, you can't count your own book.
Oh, 0 then. If I can't count my own book.
You can count your own book. You read a book.
I read, I've read the same book 27 times.
That doesn't count.
It doesn't count?
No, that's your own project.
Damn it.
Yeah.
22% of people say 0.
Nice.
Right?
Nice.
Yeah, 22%.
That's all my zeros up there.
That's not good.
10% say, and this isn't even finishing a book. This is just like cracking a book.
Yeah.
And audiobooks count as well. 10% say 1. 36% said somewhere between 2 and 5.
Wow, that's a lot.
8% said 10. So what did you say, Maury?
Well, you said for the last year. So
Yeah.
I'm wrong by that. So my answer is now 3.
3. Okay, cool.
Where'd you get 10 from?
Because I keep a running total, a list of all the books I've read. And
Like in life?
Yes.
So 10 is your total?
Yes. But
okay.
the last year, 3.
3. What were they in the last year?
When the Astors owned New York, Generation of Friends, and even this I got to experience, the Norman Lear book.
Riveting.
Riveting. They also found out the most popular types of books. Mystery and crime are still number one. History books, biographies and memoirs, religious texts and thrillers. Poetry books ranked last when they asked people what kind of books they enjoy. I mean, my God, reading is like so torturous enough for me.
You wrote a book. You can't say
I
that.
know.
Yeah, you can't.
I
You
know.
have to be all about books now.
I know. Believe me, I know.
of all things literature.
I love literature. Guys, you have
How convincing.
Guys,
how
you
many
don't
times on this
understand.
show have we
Guys.
said to Roz, he's trying to bring up literature. We're like,
Yeah,
enough with the literature.
Yeah.
Guys,
we get it. You love books.
Oh, God, do I ever love literature?
Wow.
And without saying yourself, who's your favorite author?
Me.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello?
Yo, it's Roz and Mocha.
Hey, Roz and Mocha?
Uh-huh.
Oh, oh, hey, how's it going?
Good. Okay.
It's actually Roz and Mocha. I'm at work.
You're at work. Okay, you don't have to say where you work at. You don't have to even say your name, all right? But I just want to give you props for taking advantage, okay? And making it all about
no,
you
can
today.
say my name. It's Sean. It's cool.
Oh.
I'm literally standing with my manager.
Oh.
And I literally just had this conversation. I was like, yeah, no. I'm literally here for a free barbecue.
Shut up.
Okay.
So Sean texted and said, I feel so crappy today. I wanted to use a personal day, but to be honest, I'm only going in for a free barbecue that they're having.
Good for you.
So you just told your manager that you don't want to be there, but you're there for the free food?
Yeah, she's kind of looking at me right now. I'm not sure how she's going to take this.
Oh.
By the way, say hi.
What time are they serving the food, though?
What time are they serving food? 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock? What about this for?
So
Hey, ask if the barbecue's rain or shine.
Oh, it's definitely rain or shine.
Is it? Are you sure? Yeah, it's outside.
Oh yeah.
Why is this like a yearly thing that your company does?
No, it's a goodbye.
Oh, a goodbye for who?
Just one of our colleagues that works with us.
Okay.
Oh man, so you were going to take the day off, so if that colleague was leaving and it was their last day today, and there was no barbecue, you would have taken the day off.
I mean, the way you put it.
What do you mean the way?
So-
You're the one that said the only reason why you're going in is for a free barbecue.
Yeah,
not to say goodbye to a coworker.
Yeah, no.
I'm food driven.
Yeah.
In this situation, I'm like Maury.
Yeah. Okay. So what's on the menu? Obviously, if you're that concerned about missing the barbecue, you know what's on the menu. So what's on the menu?
I don't know what's on the menu.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, food driven, man. It's free food.
All right. So just like hot dogs, hamburgers, probably just like basic stuff.
Yeah, probably.
Wow. I can't. Jeez. I mean, I'm motivated by food. Damn it, Maury's motivated by food. I don't know if I'm that motivated by food. I don't know if I would go to work on a day off to eat.
Yeah, Maury's so motivated by
It's not a
food
day
that
off.
he is. He's got food in his mouth right now.
Maury's eating right now.
What are you eating right now, Maury?
My morning Kit Kat.
My morning Kit Kat.
Oh man, Kit Kat in the morning. That's
Sean, I
great.
got to tell you this. I've done a work barbecue thing before, and then you could do takeout, like take some home with you for later.
No, see, we had a girl like that, and nobody wants to fill that role. Sorry, man. Like there's a level where you just you don't cross that line. You go to get the food, but you're not taking food home.
Yeah.
You just wrap it in a paper towel.
Oh God.
No.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Sean, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for your text. Enjoy that barbecue today, bro.
Take it easy, guys.
Later. Hey, Maury, what time does your second Kit Kat happen?
Noon.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
No. I guess Brittany went to a bar for the first time.
Huh?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Brittany went to a bar for the first time. The headline is Britney Spears walks into a bar.
Sounds like the
for
start
the
of a
first time
joke.
ever. I know.
Wait, what do you mean for the?
Like
so
she's never
been to a bar?
I guess that's the thing. So she posted a video of her sitting in a bar having a drink, and she said, "So glad they took my rights away for 13 years to have a cocktail. I'm so grateful." Yeah. Right. So I guess what had happened was. So because she would have been of very much of the age to have been able to go to a bar. But I guess at that point she was so super famous, like even before the conservatorship, like Britney just couldn't go and sit in a bar and have a drink, right? So she had those years, and then she went into the conservatorship years. Where lockdown, she wasn't allowed to do anything. They had video cameras in her bedroom. So now she's sort of like out living her life.
What was she
sitting,
drinking?
I don't know what she was drinking. Did you look at the picture?
I'm trying to see like what it could be.
Yeah, I'm
Martini.
not,
I bet a
you think
martini.
martini? I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know what.
Or vodka soda.
Oh, what was? Do you remember your first time in a bar?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, I used to drink so much trash.
Yeah, but like, were you like of age when you went to a bar for the first time?
No.
No. More.
I was not of age when I went to. I used to go to a lot of parties, clubs, where they never checked ID.
Right.
So, and I just poor choice in alcohol consumption.
Yeah.
They were like wine coolers and Smirnoff Ice.
Oh, wow. What year was this?
Not that long ago, guys. Wine coolers, Smirnoff Ice, and Molson Ice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Molson Ice. That was a beer.
Molson Ice.
That was a beer.
Those were my drinks.
Yeah. Oh my God. I went to a bar for the first time. I think I was 14.
Oh,
the first time I went to a bar. I didn't even drink though. And then after that, we used to go to this place that was a specialty bar in Brampton called Sword and Shield Specialty Bar. Okay. And we used to
What
go.
they specialize in?
What's that? Just stuff.
Swords?
No. Well, no. I mean, yes. Yeah. So we used to go to this specialty bar called Sword and Shield out in Brampton. And when they knew you were underage, the hustle was that the bartender used to walk over. So if you were in there with like 3 guys, they wouldn't kick you out. But he would walk over with a giant tray, like a platter. And on that platter were like 40 small glasses of beer. And he would put it small glasses, and he would put it on the table, and it was $1, and it was $1 a piece.
No,
right? So and if you didn't buy them, they would kick your ass out. So you had to. And,
So
and
you were forced.
You were forced.
They basically forced you to drink.
They would force you to drink if you were underage.
That's great.
Yeah. So they wouldn't kick you out if you were underage, but you couldn't sit there and not drink. Like you couldn't sit there. You couldn't sit there and just experience the theme of the Sword and Shield without paying for alcohol.
It's like, in movies or shows back in the day where you would hear like folklore. It was like your dad catches you smoking.
Yes.
Right? And then he would sit you down in the backyard and be like, oh, you like smoking so much?
Right.
Smoke this entire pack of
That's
cigarettes
exactly what it was.
Right now.
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
It looks like Brittany's drinking a sangria, by the way.
Oh, wise choice.
Good for you,
Yes.
Brittany.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I saw this. I don't know if it's true. Hey, Shem, are you on Bumble? Why aren't you on Bumble? Come on. Now, why would Bumble be it? Oh,
Initiate the
that's
convo,
right,
yeah.
That's right.
Do you have an account though? Oh.
You never had an account because I'm trying to get clarification on this because
You
I
should just
was
sign up right
reading
now.
I was reading something on I was reading this on Reddit, and then also I just saw it posted where it says that research finds that 90% of women on Bumble set filters to find men 6 feet tall and above.
Really?
Derp.
I didn't know that on Bumble you could.
I didn't know that either because
set that
you can,
criteria. Absolutely, on all dating apps, you can set what height you're looking for, what ethnicity.
No,
you're
you
looking
can't.
for.
They took all that away, didn't they?
Well,
Maybe on Grindr, because that was a huge thing. I remember
Mhm.
is that you couldn't. That they wouldn't allow you to then filter ethnicity.
We talked about that recently.
That's what I thought because it was people were thinking that it was racist and just like you couldn't do weight and all that stuff. I thought that they got rid of all those filters. Maybe I'm wrong. I've never seen one of these apps, but that's a story I remember. But 90% at 6 feet and above on
Did you read
Bumble.
this because you're 6 feet and above?
No, I just found that fascinating. That's a big number, 90%. Like is 6 feet? I wonder And I don't know, but is 6 feet like the minimum for a lot of women? Then is that the deal?
Well, I always see you guys see those videos like on Barstool on their Instagram of like women like height checking their dates. And
Oh,
stuff.
I know.
It's so mean.
It's so mean. That's so mean. And they get away with that, right?
But
Like-
haven't women realized that you hardly ever see 80 or 90-year-old men that are 6
Yeah,
feet
but they
tall?
don't want you till you're 80 or 90, Maury. That's not what Bumble's for. Bumble.
They need you for the long weekend, and then
Super tall
Jeez.
men don't live forever.
Do you know how fast a dating app would fail if like their catchphrase was "Find the person to grow old with"?
no, find the person that you're going to spend 3 or 4 days with.
Find the person you're going to get blackout drunk with. Maybe get to know them
Look at
enough to
Shem.
trust that you won't wind up in a
Signing up
ditch. Right? 6'2" is the minimum. 6'2", really? Yeah.
Okay,
Wow.
I was just going to ask for clarification, Shem.
So is that why you poof up the top of your hair a little bit now? You did. I can't see. You're sitting. It's too. You don't have the lights on in there. Yeah. Let me see the top. Oh, why'd you cut it all off? You cut your mohawk off.
Oh, dude.
Come on, man. I was loving that. Oh, yeah. I got you. Shem got violated yesterday. All over the place. Yeah. Maybe we'll talk. You want to talk about that later? Can we talk? Okay. Shem had like all his stuff stolen yesterday. I don't mean his heart. I mean like his wallet and everything else. Right. It was a total violation.
Yeah,
And
we'll
they
get
went,
into
and
that.
They,
We'll
and
get
they
into
went on a run. The poor guy. They went on a run.
Oh no.
So what? You had a bad day. Went and cut off all your hair? Oh,
no.
Oh,
he literally needed a fresh start.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yo.
Yo.
It's Roz Mocha.
What's going on?
Okay, you don't have to give your name, but hold on. I got to do this to set it up properly.
Roz and Mocha's Vintage Moments. Get it off your chest.
Oh, we're doing vented moments.
Yeah,
huh?
we haven't done this in a while. Anything that you have on your mind that you just need to say out loud and you can't say it to anyone else, or you just feel like it's been pent up inside of you for way too long. You need to just get it out there. You could do that with us on the Roz and Mocha Show. Vented Moments. Go ahead.
All right, I'm the oldest of three, and I'm always helping out my mom. And, oldest child, all the responsibilities always end up falling on the oldest child when the younger ones don't do anything. My brother does not do anything, man. Like when I got to take the dog for a walk because he won't do it. I got to do his dishes because he won't do them. Everything ends up falling on me, and I'm not trying to leave this pile of dishes, or I'm not trying to leave, the dog non-exercise because my mom works long hours too, right? I work long hours. I get it. My brother works too, but at the same time, he's got to help out sometimes because I'm doing absolutely everything because he's not doing nothing, man.
What's the age difference?
2.5 years.
Yeah.
And you said there's somebody else. There's another sibling.
Yeah, my younger sister, but like Princessa, So she does the bare minimum what she's asking.
Yeah.
Okay. How old is she? How old is she?
So my little sister's 16, and then my little brother is 18, and then I'm 20.
So resentment started to set in at what age?
It's been like that for like 3-4 years now when chores really started picking up.
Does he refuse to do it because he knows you'll do it?
See, that's what I'm thinking in my head, because I just don't want to leave everything for my mom, because she's working long hours too.
Do any of the chores that your brother's supposed to do?
Well, then they're going to be left to my mom, who's already working, right?
Does your mom know what's going on?
Oh yeah, no, I tell her, and I don't know. She kind of lets it happen with my brother sometimes, and I don't really know what to say to her.
The plight of the oldest child, huh?
Man, it's a hard life, man,
So now that you got that off your chest, do you feel better?
Oh, I feel a lot better.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't change anything. You still got to do the dishes today.
Now,
right?
we didn't ask your name or anything else, but if you want to take this opportunity to say anything to your little brother right now, what would you say?
Do your damn chores, man.
Yeah, man.
That's it.
Do your dang chores.
All right. And what about your princess sister?
Yeah.
You want to say anything to her?
I love her too much. I can't say anything to her.
Oh, God, here we go.
Yo,
Here
you
we
soft.
go. Here we go.
All right. Well, this is what Vented Moments is for.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Awesome, dude. And keep in mind, if you have a vented moment that you would like to share, something you want to get off your chest, all you got to do is hit us up, 925-555.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Deepa, are you going to try the Cardi B hair routine?
I never even heard about this. What is it?
When she went on Instagram, because if you've noticed, her hair has been looking like real nice lately.
Oh,
and
okay.
she went on Instagram saying that she'll like boil a pot of onions, right? And then she'll use the onion water to wash her hair.
No, thank you. I already think that my hair is quite nice, but maybe Roz can try this and then report back to us.
What?
I think that's a great idea.
Like,
Roz?
I don't wash my hair.
But you can now with onion water.
Do
Maybe
you think I
that's
put onion
why.
water on my head?
I thought you were gonna gawk at the fact the onion water, not washing your hair.
No. Like, I don't put shampoo. You think I'm going to start boiling food? And just like
Cardi
using
B
the
said
water?
that my last
No.
2 washes, I've been boiling onions and using the water to wash my hair.
I'm sure there's some benefit to it. You know what I mean? Like, there's all those sort of weirdo things that people have discovered that we just don't know.
She says, I used to do this 6 years ago when I started my healthy hair growth journey. It's funny that you bring up about the benefits, because there was an article because of this was written by a company that said onions contain compounds that may help to enhance dry, damaged hair.
Really, huh?
Can the same be said for garlic?
Oh, jeez. I remember growing up. Did anybody else's mom grow up used to say that they put mayonnaise in their hair?
No.
No, was that just my mom? Or maybe I'm
Your
wrong.
mom put mayonnaise in her hair?
I don't know. I think that my mom said that mayonnaise was good for your hair.
I've heard eggs are good for your hair. Like if
Yeah.
you crack a raw egg and put that in.
Who told you that?
What?
What?
Who told
My
you that?
mom didn't tell me that.
No.
Do you do that now?
I used to, and just 3 raw eggs.
Yo, you wasted 3 eggs on your hair?
Yo, hair is important. You got to make sure you maintain
But
it.
how did you do that? Did you mix it up like you were making an omelet and then dip your hair into it? Or did you
So you-
crack it on your head and then massage the yolk
No.
in?
So you mix it in a bowl, and then
Yeah, like you're making an omelet.
then
Yeah.
you take it in your hands,
Yeah.
and then you rub it all over your head,
Yeah.
and it just kind of drips, and you massage it in, and then you clip your hair, and you put like a like a shower cap,
Yeah.
and you leave it for about 30 minutes.
30
And
minutes?
then,
Okay.
Yeah, you let it sit in there. Then you go and you shower and you wash it out. But your hair,
But you
does
wash it out.
smell like
Do you use like shampoo after? Shampoo and conditioner? Or
yeah,
you just
shampoo and conditioner. Hmm.
Oh, no way. I would start to sweat with that shower cap on.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, well, that happens, and then the egg,
egg drips
actually
down?
starts dripping down
Oh, for God's
your
sake.
body.
That is-
So it's a
That's
process.
So gross.
No, your mom does not like you.
Wait, but how do you explain? Your parents didn't get upset that you're using 3 eggs on your head? On your
No,
hair?
they understood my hair care journey. They're like, you want beautiful hair. My goal is for someone to hire me for a hair commercial. So I was like, I got to maintain this dream of mine. And the only way I could do that is by smashing 3 eggs into my head. And it still hasn't come true. So
What else have you done to try and get yourself on a hair commercial?
Have you auditioned or anything?
I've literally posted on my Instagram when I got my hair done one day, and I was like, somebody hire me, and I did
Oh,
a
but you
slow-mo
haven't
video.
actually gone out and auditioned for a role.
No, I don't want to
Sorry,
audition. I just want someone to come to me and be like,
Oh, God, Deepa. Please.
Your hair's pretty, but it's not like.
all right, careful with your next words. Roz.
Not like Pantene Pro V. Pretty.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Harry Styles absolutely killed it at Scotiabank Arena last night in Toronto. His second sold-out show.
Wow.
I'm sure Harry Styles could do an entire week's worth of shows and sold out every single night. This is probably the biggest, most successful concert that's come through this city since the pandemic. I haven't seen this much excitement for a concert.
No.
At all.
No. Even going into there's some big stars have come through since.
Yeah.
But there's just been so much letdown. Like Bieber got canceled, OVO got postponed. Like there's been like a lot of events that could have really had this. But for whatever, various reasons, we've missed out on. Shawn Mendes canceled. Like there's just been the weekend. Yeah, there's been a lot of like letdowns recently, right? Like all the big ones that were supposed to come through got all messed up.
We got a whole bunch of texts from people on the Roz Mocha text line. Best mother-daughter moment ever watching Harry last night. The show was super energetic, full of passion, and Harry was so humble and beautiful. Thank you, Harry. You made our soon-to-be 15-year-old's birthday wish come true by coming back to Toronto. That came to us from Lucy. One mom texted and said she was waiting at the GO station to pick up her daughter, who texted her saying it was the best night of her life. Another text said the show was magical. Literally, he's a unicorn on stage. I'm 99% sure I got an air kiss from him and I was blushing so hard.
Same.
Talia and Shay texted and said, seeing Harry Styles washed our souls clean and rebirthed us. He is the closest a human can come to perfection.
Wow. Jesus. My God.
And on
That's
stage
some high
last
praise.
night, Harry Styles showing love to Toronto.
I've always had a wonderful, wonderful time here. You've been so incredibly welcoming to me. I'd like to thank you all, the people of Toronto, the people of Canada, for having me this time. And Toronto is always going to be an incredibly special place for me. About 10 years ago, I met one of my best friends in my entire world in here. He's been my friend for 10 years now. He's also my manager. We met in Toronto. This place will always be incredibly special to me. So all of you, thank you very much.
And the crowd just was so into it. It was electrifying outside of Scotiabank Arena where Dammit Morey was immediately after the show talking to fans.
Thank you, Harry! Watermelon sugar, hi! Watermelon sugar, hi!
Oh my God. Okay, can we talk about this show? How was that?
It was amazing. Everything about it. Harry's like one of the best entertainers of our time, like for sure. Like every song with high energy, even the slow songs. Nothing really has one. The girl high energy, full of excitement and love, and like the crowd had everything going crazy. It was just amazing.
It was honestly the best night of my life. Like, I love the energy in there. Like, everyone was having so much fun. Everyone went full out with their outfits, like screaming every word. I love it. I love it. Watermelon sugar, hi.
What was it like to see him in person?
I'm still in shock that he's actually a real person, if I'm being honest. Like, it's like crazy to me that he's
not a figment.
I know, it's crazy. It was amazing. Like, I'm speechless.
Was he looking at you the whole time?
In my mind, 100%.
Oh my God, talk to me about tonight.
It was the most amazing night of my life. Nothing will ever top this.
I mean, you don't have a wedding ring, so maybe getting married could top this.
No, because she's going to get married to him. Marriage could be the future. I'm sorry, Olivia Wilde, but your time is up. May I say, that might have been the best part of the show, too, was watching Olivia Wilde dance.
So you actually saw her? She was here?
Yes, she was there. Olivia Wilde was in the building.
Is she a good dancer?
You know what? No comment on that, but she does have some iconic moves that I will probably be stealing.
This is the best show I think I've ever been to. It's my mom's first concert. I think we had the best time ever. We had so much fun. The music was awesome. We were dancing the whole night. It was the best night ever.
Your mom's first concert? How is this your first concert?
I don't know, and I'm 48 years old, and it's my first concert, and it was the best.
You're 48. Do you know who else is 48?
No, I don't.
Roz Weston.
Oh, wow. Okay, great.
I've been dreaming for this my entire life. I had tickets in Vancouver, got canceled. My parents flew my sister and I out here from Vancouver so we can see him here. I am not okay. I'm shaking. I want to cry. But best night of my life.
If Harry was listening to Roz and Mocha right now, what would you say to him to thank him for tonight?
Harry, I love you so much. Thank you for everything you've done for me in my life. All your music has helped me so much. I love you dearly.
Oh my God, you're like crying.
I don't even have words to describe it. It was just the most amazing experience I could have had. Just to be in his presence and have his heartwarming energy. It was the best thing I could ever experience.
Harry's the love of my life. Yeah, he's epic. It was so good. It was incredible. He sang every song I wanted to hear. It was so good. The high energy, high dancing, and I just loved it. He stared at me the entire time, start to finish. I feel bad for everyone else that bought a ticket because he was looking at me the whole time.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Okay.
Exhausted. Yeah.
Exhausted from.
Stop it. No, I had a bunch of book stuff this week I had to do.
Oh, nice. Gearing up for the release September 27th. A little bit broken.
Yeah. I had a ton I had to do.
Does your book smell nice?
I
love
don't know.
the smell
I
of
don't.
new books.
What's that?
I love the smell.
I'm
of new
hoping it smells nice. I haven't actually seen it yet.
Is it going to be like Back to the Future when, the guy, his book shows up and he cuts it open and he holds it up to his family?
You mean like out of a box kind of thing?
Yeah.
No, because I think the first time I'm actually going to see the books is when I have to go sign all those books. Right. So I think that's probably
You
going
have
to
to
be
go to like the actual printers?
Yeah.
To the factory?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And sign, I think, 500 copies of it.
Oh,
And, and moving forward for all your Zooms, you're going to have your book behind you,
Yeah,
right?
I got to try and get a giant poster made to have it behind me.
Are you think you're going to be emotional like the first time like seeing
it?
the actual the physical copy and like holding it in your hand? Yeah.
Yeah, because I've
Because everything's just been digital so far.
Well, no, I've made
Right?
fake ones, right? Like
You
just
did?
yeah, just to see like how it looked in proportion. Because when you're dealing with like images and the cover and all this stuff, it's always on a computer screen or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like, printing stuff off and like
Oh, wow.
cutting it and like razor blade and taping it all together and all
Really?
this other stuff. Yeah, to sort of do like mock-up covers just so I
Uh-huh.
could see, the size that it was going to be. But yeah, no, I had so much to do because I have to do I put a video up on Instagram the other day talking about a sort of like, I don't know, it's not really a podcast, but it's sort of like a podcast that it's like a pre-order. Thanks for people who pre-ordered the book. And then on launch day, you'll get this thing sent to your email.
But somebody asked a question on that.
Yeah.
And it was a good question, and I didn't see you answer it.
Yeah.
Because I pre-ordered, although my credit card bounced, on Amazon.
Yeah.
Now, you said pre-order, you'll get this special audio.
Yeah.
And the person asked, but what if you order it on Amazon?
That's fine.
How do you know who to send it to and stuff?
It just goes to the email address associated with the account.
Even from Amazon?
No. Did you watch the video?
Yeah, but it was, I guess, from your website. That's where you have to pre-order it from, right?
No.
You didn't watch it.
You didn't watch the
You
video.
didn't watch the whole video.
You didn't
Just
watch
be
the
honest.
video. No, you didn't watch the video. It's 90 seconds. You didn't
I
watch
know,
the video.
I know.
Maury sends me every single thing he does on social media to my messages,
Yeah.
and then gets upset when I don't watch every single thing he does, and he doesn't watch the video.
Yeah.
No, it's there's in my description on Instagram. There's a link that you click, and then you just fill it out, and you just put in your proof of purchase, and then that's how you do it. Your email, your proof of purchase, and then that's that. But I have to do it because when the book comes out, people are going to have they're going to have
questions.
Yeah. So this is like a follow-up, but the follow-up has to be done immediately as soon as the book comes out, which is crazy because we had this giant conversation of like, how are we going to handle this?
The questions?
Yeah. Yeah. Because there's no way around it. Like there's no way to not do it.
Why didn't you just answer the questions in the book?
Because everyone's going to have different questions about different parts of the book.
Yeah, but no.
But one would assume that when you read a book, all
it's a really good
questions are
question.
answered.
It's a really good question. No, these aren't questions that I have. These are questions that you will have. And I know.
You know what we're going to have to do?
Oh, like if you talk about smooching a girl and you didn't put her name.
Sure.
You know what we're going to have to do?
Somebody wrote me that. Somebody in this business who was a very big job in this business. And I don't know whether they were drinking or not last night. But when I put out that video, I said, I have to do this because the book is full of secrets, right?
Yeah.
The book is full of stuff that I've never talked about before. And somebody in this business with like a big fancy job in this business at 2:15 a.m. wrote me, is it somebody you slept with?
Read the book.
Read the
Pre-order
book.
right now.
Pre-order.
RozWest.com.
Yeah. By the way, it is not about that.
Spoiler alert.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Kevin Federline, and I don't know what the hell happened. It was like last week or something like this. He decides to do this interview.
Well, he also released video.
Afterwards. So he did this interview talking about Britney, which for years Kevin Federline has not talked about Britney.
Completely forgot about him, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And so he does this interview talking about, and one of the things that came out of it was the kids, their two sons, why they decided to, one, not go to Britney's wedding, and two, sort of take a time out from Britney, where they were, they're not seeing her right now. And people sort of went at him a little bit, and then he released these like phone recordings from years ago when Britney was yelling at the kids in the back of a car kind of thing, like just going off on them. But whatever. I mean, you're a mom with teenagers. Like what? She sounded like every single mom who's got 2 teenage boys in the world, right?
Well, come on, like how? I don't know what their relationship is like, right?
Yeah,
but in order for you to save voicemail like that from years and years
it was the
ago.
kids who recorded it.
Oh, it was the kids that recorded it.
It was the kids who recorded it.
And then sent it to dad?
Yeah, I guess that they just had it on their phone because because what happened was people were attacking Kevin Federline for doing that interview. And the big headline from that interview is the people that ran it said they publicly stated that the whole interview was not going to air because if they aired the whole interview, it would be too hurtful. So they alluded to the fact that Kevin had said some really awful things about Britney, and then everybody started attacking Kevin Federline, and then he released these videos that the kids had on their phones. And nobody has really heard from Kevin Federline in forever. Like it got, because people hated Kevin Federline.
Yeah.
Kevin Federline looked like at the very beginning of all this, like he was a douchey gold digger who had bad intentions for Britney, and like nobody liked the guy. And then they had their kids, they split up. Britney went through the years of the conservatorship. Her kids are now teenagers. But Kevin Federline almost got to a place of where people were like, you know what, this dude may be all right. Like he hasn't said anything publicly. From really what it looks like is that he didn't use any of this to sort of further his own fame. He disappeared, raised their 2 sons to the best he could. Nobody's ever said that Kevin Federline was a bad dad. Like he started to sort of win back the hate that he got at the beginning, and then now all of this happens. So here's Nicki Minaj going off on Kevin Federline.
Do you understand what kind of a clown you have to be a whole grown man? And as soon as you see somebody happy and getting married and moving on and being free and feeling good in their own skin, to do the very thing that you know is going to attempt to break them down, going to the media, only cowards use the media against a famous person who they once loved, they procreated with. They're being taken care of by. They once were being taken care of by. Using the person's fame as this constant gotcha moment. And you think you're not going to have karma from it?
Right? Yeah, but I think that he had said that the boys didn't want to hang out with her because of all her nude pictures that she posts on Instagram and stuff like that, which is in itself like, why are you even giving those details away, whether they're true or not true? But yeah, I just don't understand the motivation behind Kevin Federline. I don't did the money stop? Is that what it is? I mean,
since like the conservatorship ended.
But like, I don't know. And then he came out also and said that the dad got a raw deal. That like Kevin Federline, Kevin Federline came out like defending Jamie Spears, the dad. Yeah, it's crazy. But why? Like, I just don't understand.
Keep your mouth
After
shut,
all
bro.
these years, like the kids are teenagers.
Yeah.
After all these years, you sort of had people on your side, like you did the right thing during all of this, and then you just do that.
I know.
It's
right
wild.
when Britney's like starting to win.
Yeah,
Right?
It's really wild. It's really wild.
Damn.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Did you guys ever watch what's that show? White Lotus on HBO?
Oh, I loved that show.
Don't you remember we talked about that?
Hated that.
Did we?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I never watched it.
Because you never watched it.
No, you hated it,
I
Shem?
hated it.
Terrible.
I
hated it as well?
hated it.
I
Yeah.
loved it.
Wow, damn, Maury loved it.
Yeah, people loved it though. Like I fully understand and recognize that people loved that show. I've never liked anything that Mike White has done.
Really?
No.
So season 2 is debuting on HBO in October.
Okay. What the hell are they gonna do for a season 2?
They go to Italy.
But like, what do you mean?
It takes place in Italy. That's all I know.
But it's a whole different cast. It's a whole different
Yeah,
story,
I know,
right?
Aubrey Plaza is in it.
Oh, gotcha.
Michael Imperioli
Of course Aubrey Plaza's in it.
from Sopranos
Okay.
is in it.
Yeah.
Wait, Jennifer Coolidge is not?
Jennifer Coolidge is back.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And they filmed it in Italy. And Aubrey Plaza was on Jimmy Kimmel. I don't know where Kimmel is because he's been having like guest hosts.
Yeah.
A lot lately.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like summer vacation for him or not. But Nicole Byer was the guest host. Nicole Byer, if you watch Nailed It on the baking competition show.
She's the host.
On
Yes,
Netflix,
love
right?
her.
She's
Yeah,
hilarious.
yeah, she's great.
But Aubrey Plaza,
super high energy.
Yeah. And
super high.
Aubrey Plaza is just like super awkward.
No, have you ever Aubrey Plaza? Every single interview, there's montages that you can watch of Aubrey Plaza interviews where she is only that. That is like her.
Is that her thing?
It's her
Like,
thing.
I interviewed her once, and I thought she hated me, and I was told that's just how she is.
That's
But is it like an act? Like she knows that she is this way, so she has to
100%.
continuously do it?
Yes.
So she is doing this interview on Kimmel, right? And she's talking about filming White Lotus season 2 in Italy, and she's filming something else. She was like in Italy as well. And she was in Italy for like the longest time, right?
Right.
And you know how we always talk about Maury and how Maury loves taking things from hotels. He always steals the
One of
soaps
the
and
only
shampoos,
reasons to stay in a hotel.
right? Notorious
Yeah.
for taking soaps and shampoo from hotels.
And pens and paper. And
Right? I also take pen.
Yeah.
Good
Pens
for
and paper.
you.
Every single hotel I stay at. You know, we traveled recently.
Yeah.
And we stayed at a hotel and I forgot to take the pen.
Yeah.
And I thought about it for like 2 hours
you
after.
really?
Yeah. I was like, damn, that was a nice pen and everything.
Do you take the toilet paper too? The extra roll?
The toilet paper.
It's interesting you bring that up.
Really?
Because I'm like, who the hell would steal toilet paper? Listen to this.
Me personally, I steal toilet paper from hotels.
Is Nicole Byer?
Do you? Yeah. Oh yeah. I haven't paid for toilet paper in about 7 years.
I steal it from hotels. I steal it from my trailers.
Ooh.
Yeah, I used to do that at Parks and Rec. I would steal all the toilet paper every day. I'd take it to my apartment. In the hotel in Italy, I would actually go down to the gym and I would take as many bottles of water as I could and fill my hoodies with them. And so I wouldn't have to pay for water because I couldn't drink the tap over there. And it was weird being a thief in like a luxury hotel, but I just had to do what I, had to do.
Like I never would have thought.
No, the toilet paper.
To steal
Because
toilet paper
toilet
from
paper's
hotels.
3-ply in hotels sometimes.
Oh my God, Jesus. Yeah, no, that's too much work though, right? Like it's too much. I don't travel heavy enough where I would have room for toilet paper, like
Right.
rolls
No,
of
but you
toilet
plan in
paper.
advance. You leave room in your bag for that.
Oh my God.
man.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is,
got a problem you can't fix.
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hi, Samantha. It's Roz and Mocha. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Why are you reaching out to us?
Why am I reaching out? Oh boy, do I need advice on this whole parenting gig, which is why I'm coming to Dream Daddy Roz.
Oh, wow. Now, hold on here. Let's clear this up, though. I am not the father.
No.
Okay. All right. Okay. We need to clear that out. You wrote, says, Razamoka fixed my life. My 10-month-old is insane and has been extremely clingy. I can't even take a sip of water without him having a meltdown because I didn't give him a sip. Teething, won't nap, won't fall asleep, won't stop drooling. I've tried everything. I know this sounds like first world problems, but man, I have run out of people to go to advice for. Okay, so you have a 10-month-old.
I do.
And you're wondering what?
I'm wondering why he's a monster.
Okay,
because he's 10 months old.
Yeah.
I know. I'm a first-time mom.
Yeah.
They don't tell you this at the hospital.
No,
you
they
kinda
don't.
have a baby. They give it to you, and they go, "Okay, bye. Have fun." And you're kind of just
figure
stuck
it
with
out.
this thing.
And, it's so funny you say that because, like, how many people in your life do you know that have kids, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's family members, friends, whatever. And not a single person. Everyone talks about like the joys of parenthood and having kids and all the wonderful things that come along with that, right?
Yeah.
But nobody ever tells you the real deal, most not horrific, but like all the emotional stuff that comes with having a newborn. And
Right.
all the
No,
things that they go through and that you have to go through, and obviously not being able to communicate with a baby and trying to figure it out on your own. Like nobody tells you any of that stuff. And the unfortunate side of it is that every kid is different. Every experience is going to be different, and you're kind of left on your own to figure it out.
I think the reason people don't tell you is because you don't really remember.
Yeah, I
That
guess.
trauma lasts during that period of time. And once your kid is like 2, right, you're going to have a whole set of new stuff. And you really don't remember. Like when your kid is 5, you're not going to be dwelling on those days when he was 10 months and you couldn't sleep. So the reason people don't warn you is because it is like, it's harsh. It's triage. There's stuff going on in that house all the time that you need to take care of. And nobody is happy and everybody's screaming and everything's dirty and everything is sticky and nobody's sleeping and you just want to kill all of them.
Yeah.
And the problem is that is traumatic. And once you get out of that phase, there's new traumas that you deal with, and you really don't remember those. That's why nobody warns you. One, because everybody goes through it, but because it doesn't stick around.
I don't know. 5 years in, Cruz is 5 now.
Yeah.
I don't remember everything, but there are certain things, Samantha, that I do remember from that early stage of his life that will stick with you. But happy that we're out of that stage, right?
But when Cruz was like 3, right?
Yeah.
You would come in and you'd be like, oh my God. But you weren't coming in going, oh my God, he's 3 and he's this. Also, that one time when he was 10 months.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
only focus on the disaster at hand.
Yeah.
Right? And you're not out of the wood. Mocha's not even out of the woods yet, right?
No.
Like you're far from out of the woods. But it's this sort of journey that you go on with being a parent. And, you know, I remembered the other day, like for some weird reason, I remembered the other day I was walking into the living room and I bumped my leg on the side of the couch because for years I would instinctively just always do like a wide turn around the couch because when Rox was a baby, right beside the couch is where we kept her potty.
Oh, okay,
right?
yeah.
Because I was just like, she would say she had to go, and then I would go in the bathroom with her, right, and sit there for a half hour, and she wouldn't do anything, and I'd miss my show, right? So we as a family decided, who cares, right?
Sure.
Nobody's coming in the house. Potty goes in the living room, right?
Yeah.
So the potty was beside the couch, and then I didn't have to get up when she had to go. I just had to clean it if she did go.
Right.
So for like the first little while when Rox was a baby, you can believe this, right?
Absolutely.
She just in the living room. Right?
Hey, Samantha, do you have any other friends who are parents as well, or anyone that's just had a kid?
My best friend actually just had a baby. She's 4 months old right now.
Oh, okay. So at least you have some sort of a support group, support person that you could talk to about this kind of stuff because you're both experiencing similar things at the exact same time.
Right. And I'm also I'm attached to all of these mother forums, which I don't think is a good idea, to be honest, because all of these people just telling their baby horror stories or comparing their children to each other, like my baby's walking or my baby's saying sentences.
Yes, I agree. That kind of stuff you can't dwell on and you can't make those comparisons. I don't think it's fair, right? But I think the thing that you could find comfort in is knowing that there are all these moms out there who are going through the exact same thing, or you may find a piece of their story that you could relate to and maybe help ease your anxiety about what you're going through right now.
Right.
There's also a sweet freedom in having a 10-month-old, which is having a 10-month-old. You can look at a 10-month-old in their face and call them and they and they won't remember. And that's an actual freeing thing, right? You know what I mean? Like when they do something, gosh, you're such a right? They won't remember and they're not going to repeat it. And that is a way to sort of relieve that stress. So you're sort of in a magical time right now. Mocha can't look at his kid and call him that.
No, absolutely
right?
not.
Because that'll just be the end of everything in the house. It'll be the end of everything.
I'd have to move.
Yeah.
Samantha, if it makes you feel any better, just know that you're not alone. No. This is not an isolated situation where you feel like you're the only person that has a 10-month-old that's doing all of this stuff, and that it'll never end. It will get better. You know, unfortunately, this is like the kind of stuff that you got to go through. You got to figure it out.
Yeah. No, thank you so much. I'm just going to go around now and just call him and I'll feel so much better.
You will. You will.
I can already tell the tone in your voice has changed after you said it for the first time. Thank you so much for reaching out, Samantha. Sending you lots of love.
Thank you so much.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life
on Kiss.
See all those pictures that people are posting of the Kanye Gap clothes and the way they're being sold in stores?
No, is that still a thing? His Gap collection?
Yeah,
I thought that was
yeah.
just like gone.
Kanye requested that his Yeezy Gap collection to be sold out of large trash bags in the middle of the store.
God.
So somebody posted a picture. I'm going to show you the picture in a second. It says, this is how they are selling Yeezy Gap. The sales associate said, Ye got mad when he saw that they had it on hangers. And this is how he wanted it. They won't help you find your size, too. You just have to go dig through everything. So, first of all, some of these items that Kanye is selling at the Gap, right?
They're ugly.
Like a hoodie.
They're
basic. These are just basic, right? Oversized. Yeah. A hoodie is $240.
Oh, at the Gap?
Yeah. Long sleeve tee is $140. Cargo pants are $220, right? So look at this photo here that this person posted. They are just literal
they're
large,
giant.
They look like trash bags.
But huge trash
right?
bags.
But I think they're made out of vinyl, these ones, to hold the amount of clothes.
And so
they're just
they
like stuffed in there.
piled
Nothing,
in there.
nothing's folded. Nothing at all.
It's like how you find your clothes when you go traveling and you're living out of a suitcase.
It looks like what you drop off at the Goodwill.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. Somebody said, yeah, it looks really fun digging through a giant pile of clothes. Laundry is so much fun.
Like, okay, so we know Kanye, has gone through episodes, right? He's talked about it. And there's a lot of Kanye over the years that has been considered genius, and there's a lot that you can chalk up to a lot of the behavior, especially the recent behavior, where it's like erratic and nobody is backing what he's saying. So when you start sort of adding it all up, the questionable behavior compared to the sort of, genius, coherent behavior, why are you listening to somebody when they say, I want all my clothes sold out of trash bags in the middle of your store? Like, are you convincing yourself that this is the genius Kanye that really we haven't seen in forever?
But look,
no,
we're
you're
talking
listening
about it more.
It doesn't matter.
Because, would we talk about if they were on hangers? Probably not.
This to consider
No, I think
this to be,
you still would, because he would have a weirdo way.
Yeah.
Sorry, not weirdo way. That's disrespectful. I apologize. An unconventional way.
Sure.
That's
a weirdo way. That's a weirdo way.
Okay. Of hanging them off of
I want to sell my stuff in
of a hanger at a place like the Gap.
Right. Yeah. If this wasn't Kanye and if this was some super high end, retail store, they would get slaughtered for this.
Oh, yeah.
Slaughtered for this.
Absolutely.
Right?
Somebody said, I don't care for Kanye as a person, but I like what he's doing here. He's making big money, making rich people buy clothes like poor people.
Right. Yes, exactly. That's exactly it, right? Like, yeah, that's like all those stories you used to hear about those stores where if there was I think it was like Abercrombie. I mean, they have their own problems, but the one of the things with Abercrombie years ago was that if clothes came into the retail stores, that had a flaw, like a misstitch or a button missing or whatever it was, the retail stores would pack everything up for it all to be incinerated. Jeez. And they got killed for that because the flawed clothes were not sort of donated down. And the reasoning behind it was, because they didn't want poor people wearing it, right?
Wasn't there big companies?
Yeah, there was a lot of companies. There was a lot of
Dolce
companies.
Gabbana,
there was a lot of companies that did that, right? Because they would incinerate it rather than sort of donate it or reuse it or whatever it was, because it devalued their brand to have clothes fall into the wrong hands or wind up on the wrong bodies.
If you're looking for any of this new Kanye Gap stuff, then just know that you're going to have to literally dig through a garbage bag to find.
So do you have to pile everything on the floor outside of the bag? And if I find a small, I have to put everything back in the bag?
Yeah, well, that's the other thing too, is that's a messy section in the store.
And also more small, please.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So in a way to get people motivated to work out, because I guess the motivation is one of the main reasons why people don't go to the gym. There's a chain of fitness joints that have launched what they call gymnosis.
Which is what?
Which is a session of hypnosis. So they're going to hypnotize you and then implant, I don't know what they do during messaging that says that you love the gym. Listen to them explain it.
This is gymnosis.
You are motivated. Get hypnotized into loving the gym only at Blink. Blink, the gym for everybody, even people who hate the gym.
Oh my God.
Is this real though?
In the promo video.
Yeah.
So they have, and I don't know if this is part of the actual gymnosis that you are going to go through.
Right.
But these words flash up on the screen.
Oh, really?
Motivational words. So like, realize you are strong, flashes up and like animates. And then you are motivated is another animation that pops up. And then you love the gym is another animation that pops up. So I don't know if this is all part of
this brainwashing?
Yeah.
Well,
So
I
don't
mean,
know.
that's sort of what hypnosis is, yes. But they say each session lasts 30 to 45 minutes.
Oh,
and,
my God.
Yeah, no, I
Then you
know.
have to work out?
And then, yes. Maury, Maury, you literally, the hypnosis is you sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
and like watching a television screen while somebody whispers in your ear that is not strenuous in any way.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Mocha.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Let's do the news! The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
News break.
Yesterday, Scotland became the first country in the world to make period products free to anyone who needs them. You get a tampon, and you get a tampon, and you get a tampon. There we go. So in 2020, the Scottish government unanimously passed the Period Products Act. The law puts the responsibility on local authorities and educators to provide free period products in all public buildings, schools, and universities. And as of yesterday, the law is officially in effect. So good on you, Scotland. How much are tampons? How much is a box of tampons?
Is this TMI? I don't use those. I use pads.
Okay,
but,
how much is a
like,
box?
It depends on the brand. Like, you can get like a whole set for like maybe $12, $13.
That's a lot of money, though.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
something that you shouldn't have to pay for. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
it's a lot.
that's
And
an
like if you think about it,
excessive
every month you have to go get yourself these things. And it's like liners. Like if you're like on your first day, if it's not too heavy, you get those so that you're not like uncomfortable all the time. So there's a lot of different things that you have to buy. So I
Yeah.
rate Scotland.
Yeah,
That's a good
yeah,
move.
it should be that way.
Yes.
Madonna's birthday.
What's that?
Madonna's birthday.
Is it Madonna's birthday today?
Oh, let me guess.
Yeah.
Mocha, not on her birthday. Don't do that on her birthday.
Let me guess.
Yeah, and be like make it like a legitimate guess.
Oh,
okay?
legit.
Like
83.
a legit 83. Maury, is she 83?
She's 40. No, she's 60, 65?
64. 64 is.
You don't even know.
Well, she looks so young.
Really?
Have you seen her latest
Then
pictures
why-
on
why-
Instagram? She
then
looks fierce.
Why in the streets do they call her Medina?
Nobody does that. They call her Madge on the streets. I don't know what streets you're on.
On the streets, they call her Medina. It's a well-known fact. Look it up.
What streets are you on?
The streets.
The streets. The
Okay,
only
well, in the
street.
village, it's Madge.
It's Madge.
Anyway, happy
Maury
birthday,
is so triggered, man. Why did you even bring that up, Maury? You know you're so triggered,
right
man.
into that.
Yeah, happy birthday, Medina.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Zoe Kravitz is opening up about how she responded to Will Smith's Oscar slap that night. She said that she wishes she could have handled it differently. So what she posted, if you remember, from Oscar night, she wrote, here's a picture of my dress at the award show where we are apparently assaulting people on stage, is what she captioned one of her photos on the red carpet. And then she put another one that says, and here's a picture of my dress at the party after the award show where we are apparently screaming profanities and assaulting people on stage now. And then the backlash really came in fast because if you remember that night, there was a lot of people who were defending, a lot of even famous people defending Will Smith. And so what she eventually deleted both posts. And she told the Wall Street Journal, quote, that it's a scary time to have an opinion or to say the wrong thing or to make it controversial or to make controversial art or statements or thoughts or anything. She goes on to say it's mostly scary because art is about conversation. That should, in my opinion, always be the point. The internet is the opposite of conversation. The internet is people putting things out and not taking anything in. And with that said, she's got a brand new movie that she's been writing forever coming out, and she's refusing to change the title of the movie. And the title of the Zoe Kravitz movie is P Island. Like P-word island?
Oh, the full word?
The full word. Like, yeah. The full word. So P Island was inspired by stories Zoe Kravitz had heard about powerful men inviting women to remote islands for hedonistic debauchery. She said that the title came from that world. And the Me Too movement was the sort of seed to the story. She said it represents this time in the world where it was acceptable for a group of men to call a place that word, P Island, and the illusions that were out of that time now. The movie stars actress Naomi Aki as a Los Angeles cocktail waitress, and Channing Tatum, who is dating Zoe Kravitz, as a guy named Slater King.
Oh, God.
Okay, who's a tech bro who invites her down to his private island, P Island.
Isn't there a show on the other version on Netflix, the guy version, right?
What's that called?
The F.
F-Boy Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is like awful people doing awful things as opposed to everybody who's down there to hook up. That show was dumb. I didn't like that F-Boy Island.
No,
it wasn't
was
good.
terrible.
It wasn't good.
There is a show called P Valley.
Oh, P Valley.
Out
Really?
right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's that about?
Well, similar word.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll leave it
Okay.
at
Or is
that.
it the same word?
All right.
Similar or the same?
Sorry, same.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Amy Schumer is doing the opposite of taking a break from social media. Here is Amy explaining why she's diving in deeper.
Hey, y'all. I've decided for my own mental health to do more social media. I find that looking at my phone for 8.5 hours a day is helping me. It's helping this pimple patch and this breakout. And being in my 40s, it's actually really good for me to watch all of Love Island and all of The Bachelors, whether in Paradise or just normal mansions. So you'll be seeing a lot more of me on social media just for my physical and mental well-being.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So things are maybe looking up at Pearson Airport in Toronto. Like this thing became famous over the summer because of the delays and just how awful things were.
It was ranked as the worst airport in the entire world.
Yeah,
you know how many airports there are in the world to be ranked last?
World, yeah.
Bruh.
So they're also broke, right? So the Greater Toronto Airport Authority lost $700 million in the first 2 years of the pandemic. In 2020 alone, they took out $690 million in short-term loans. So they're looking to boost profits at the airport.
By doing what?
So the agency that runs the airport has hired a lobbyist to explore the idea of bringing in incentives. Some of those incentives is they're going to speak to the LCBO about expanding alcohol services at Pearson. In places like Munich, for example, they have their own sort of standalone beer gardens, like in the middle of in the airport. Mm-hmm. They also want to talk to provincial regulators about bringing in retail cannabis.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And the Ontario Lottery and Gaming Corporation about bringing in slot machines.
Just like in Vegas.
Yeah. But here's my question with weed. You can sell weed. You can get a license to open up a weed shop anywhere, right? But how does that work? Like, because you can't bring it on the plane with you, can you? Or do you have to treat it like duty free?
Yeah. But then you also have to bank on the fact that your destination.
Yeah.
You're allowed to bring weed into that country.
Right.
Or do they mean that you can smoke a joint in the beer garden?
That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if, like, they open up...
like a hookah lounge?
Yeah.
You can have
you get a little... Because really, with those delays, you kind of want people to get a little high, right? Just go chill out, go in the lounge, buy some weed. Because otherwise, I don't understand what the point is with weed because...
Yeah, it's tricky.
It's tricky because, like, if you sell weed at the airport, and I don't know.
Or is it where the departures come in because weed is legal here? So on your way,
the arrival.
The arrival. So when you show up to Pearson, you can go get you a little something, to then smoke while you're here.
Right? Yeah.
What if it's that?
That may be what it is.
Yeah, but I like Roz's idea. Get high before flying.
Yeah. Right. Like that's really what you want. I've been to a couple of those airports in Germany. They're awesome.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I have not finished watching the final season of Better Call Saul yet.
No spoilers.
I have not. I haven't even. I watched episode 1 and I was like, no. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wait until they're all there, and I'm going to watch it all in one go because I don't enjoy waiting a week to week for something like Better Call Saul. I need to watch that all in one.
Also going to wait.
But Bob Odenkirk took to social media to thank fans after the success of Better Call Saul.
The fans, thank you for watching. Thanks for giving us a chance. Because we came out of maybe a lot of people's most favorite show ever, and we could have been hated for simply trying to do a show. Thank you for staying with us. Better Call Saul, story about a very unique guy, a little slow at times, but in the end, if you paid attention, it was about big, big things inside people. Thank you.
Nice.
Right?
So good.
So I'm looking forward to watching
Man, they
the
did
final
that
season.
show right.
They did. So I actually prefer Better Call Saul to Breaking Bad.
Oh, really?
I know it's a controversial statement.
Wow.
But I enjoy it more. I like the characters more.
Yeah.
In Better Call Saul.
People are upset at the Breaking Bad statues they put up for them.
Why?
Because the politicians in that area say, I guess it promotes meth dealers.
In Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
where the show takes place.
Yeah, yes. But because they're not statues of Bob Odenkirk.
No, it's statues of the characters.
It's statues
of Walter White and Jesse Pinkman.
And Jesse Pinkman, yeah. So like we built statues to like fictional meth dealers. Great.
Welcome to New Mexico.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Stranger Things star Joe Keery is done talking about his hair.
What do you mean?
I know. I don't like when people do this. I think that, like, if that's your thing, that's your thing, especially because Steve's hair was such an integral part of that show.
Yeah.
Like, remember when you talked about the process with, like, Dustin and all this stuff? So he said that he's done with it. He goes, it's really ridiculous. It's not something I have control over. It's just internet fodder that's carried over and is now attached to me. I can't really knock it. I have a career, so I have to be like, who cares? I'll take it. But it's also not something I care about at all. Still, people seem to really care about and fixate on it for whatever reason. It's so stupid, honestly.
Sounds like he's upset.
Right?
He's just like really annoyed now.
And last year he told GQ that he turned down an offer. I guess some company, some hair care brand came to him asking him to be their spokesperson. And he turned them down and he said, I think it would just be so lame for the majority of people. It would be a sellout move, don't you think? Right?
No, not at all.
Yeah, man.
No. Listen, if you
talk about your hair.
Yeah, do that Herbal Essences commercial.
Yes. Get that Pantene money, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, my dream.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're
right.
Yes.
He's turning down Deepa's dream.
I know.
Deepa wants to be in a shampoo commercial so bad.
I know. Maybe you should get a mullet,
I'm
Deepa.
available. So, actually, you know what? I'll pass in the hair commercial if I have to get a mullet. I like my long hair, so thank you for the suggestion.
Cool. As somebody who's had both, Deepa, I much prefer mullet.
Okay, you should
Just
do it
saying.
then.
Still not selling her
So
on it.
just saying.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Man, I love this mayor in Peterborough. So Diane Tyrion is the mayor of Peterborough, and out in Peterborough over the weekend, like Peterborough's had some wild stuff going on lately. But a bunch of like QAnon whack jobs who are following this woman who calls herself the Queen of Canada, this woman named Romana Didulo. So a bunch of these whack jobs went out there to do citizens' arrests on police. Right?
Stop it.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
They went out there to citizen arrest police
For what?
because because of the police's role in like the vaccine rollout or something. I don't know. What
Oh
the
my
hell,
God, people still fighting about this?
Bro, listen, okay. So anyway,
Yo, everything is open. Everyone can go everywhere.
I know, but it's how they handled it at the beginning, right? I don't think it's what they're doing now. So they went out to citizens arrest
let it go.
they went out to citizens arrest the police, and of course they all got arrested, right? Because that's just what happens when you try and arrest a police officer,
you get
right?
them tables turned on you.
Yeah,
real quick.
And normally politicians in situations like this, you either one try and cool things down, two, you say what you feel, but you can't use the words you actually want to use, or two or three, you say nothing, right? Because no good is going to come from it. So they kept asking Diane Tyrion, the mayor of Peterborough, what her feelings were when all these QAnons showed up to arrest their police force. And And she goes, people have been asking me to comment on the events of the past weekend in Peterborough. I hate giving airtime and spotlight to these imbeciles. So here's my comment. F off, you F-wads.
Whoa.
Yes. Best mayor ever.
Right.
Yo, I'd move to Peterborough just to vote.
Isn't that great?
Wow.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The human population is set to cross which number, Maury, by November 2022? How great will the human population be, they say? We're about to cross this threshold by
Like, do you want an
November-
exact number or just roughly?
November 15th. Well, it's sort of the way that I've set the question up is going to require an exact number.
Oh, my God. Really?
Yeah. But just give me you can round it up or
That's
whatever.
what I'm hoping.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, go.
Yeah.
Round up.
Round up. I'm going to say 200 million.
200 million. Maury, how many people live in America?
America. Okay, well, 200 in Toronto, like maybe
200 what in Toronto?
2 million people in
live?
Toronto. 2
Yeah.
million people in Toronto.
Yes.
And like 5 million in Vancouver. So
5 million in Vancouver.
6, 7,
But
that's
let him
7
do the math.
million.
Stop
Yeah.
questioning.
Oh,
Do
sorry,
that.
you're
Yeah,
right. You're
people,
right. I'm
please.
sorry. Yes.
5, 6, 7 million right there.
Yeah.
I'm going to say how many people you asked me in America.
I did, yeah, and you've been doing Canada quite poorly. So maybe you'll
my apologies.
Yeah.
50 million in the U.S. So I'm
50.
sticking with 200 million.
Okay. So the global population, they say on November 15, 2022, will cross the 8 billion mark.
No!
Yeah. The latest projections by the UN suggest the world's population could grow around
Where are they all?
8.5 billion by 2030, 9.7 billion by 2050. They say that we could get to 10.4 billion during the 2080s and stay there until 2021. Or sorry, how do you even say that number? What is it? What do we even say? 2,100? What would you?
2,100.
2,100. Right.
Yeah.
I guess is that what they're going to call that year though?
I got that right.
2,100?
Yeah.
The year 2,100?
Yeah,
that
that's
sounds
right,
that sounds too
2100.
far into the future. I'm glad I will be dead. And they say by 2023 that India is actually expected to surpass China as the world's most populated country.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Where the lowest price is the law. Where the lowest price is the law, Mocha.
Was that Byway?
No, more.
No, wait.
Where the lowest price is the law.
That wasn't like the original. Hold on. Where the lowest price is the
Yeah,
law.
where the lowest price is the law.
Honest Heads.
Incorrect.
Bargain Heralds.
Incorrect.
Bargain Heralds.
I know, Bargain Heralds.
Remember
That's
that?
a great one. Yeah.
Hold on. So
Deepa's
it's
so
not
confused right now.
It's
It
not
sounds-
Byway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
Deepa's no idea what we're
no
talking
idea.
about. Yeah.
Dollar store.
No, incorrect.
Dollarama.
Shem.
Zellers.
Zellers.
Is that what?
Oh,
Where
Zellers.
the lowest price is the law. Zellers is hoping to make a comeback next year.
Really?
A decade after Zellers shut down all of its location, Hudson's Bay Company says Zellers will debut a new e-commerce website and then expand its brick and mortar footprint within selected Bay department stores in early 2023.
Because it wasn't that long ago that they shut down the last Zellers, right?
Yeah, but it had been.
It was
a
in Etobicoke, the last one.
Yeah, it was a slow, long sort of death.
Do you know what
for-
else
for
the Bay
Zellers,
just brought
though.
back? I got an email on.
What's that?
Le Chateau.
Did they really? So Le Chateau and Zellers
Oh,
are
yeah.
back now.
Get you some pleather pants.
If you're bringing Zellers back, okay, in the Bay, you gotta one of those locations has to have a skillet.
I was just
Okay,
gonna say that.
So
Yes.
I can go for
You
fries
must.
and gravy.
Absolute must.
Right? You
Yep.
have to. Zellers had these things called a skillet, Deepa, which was, do you remember the skillet? You don't know the skillet. It was a restaurant.
No, the Zellers that was by my house, I don't think had this skillet.
So it was a diner, like a cool diner inside Zellers, where it was like
Wow.
smash burgers and fries and gravy and iceberg salad and
wonderful.
milkshakes, right? It was wonderful.
Yeah.
The Zeller skillet was incredible. So anyway,
I'd catch my mom on a good day, though.
I don't think you could have the salad there if you're going to do the burger. Like
No.
you're not going to have a salad.
No, because it had like Catalina dressing on it. Like it was candy, basically, right? Like it might as well have been on a stick.
Yeah.
Oh.
I always got the, like, because my mom would like purposely avoid going around the corner where the skillet was. Because
smells
I'd
so good.
always ask, right?
Yeah.
me get some fries and gravy. And I always got the standard, whatever it was I asked for, we always had it at home.
Oh, yeah, but that's not the same, though.
Did it make all the clothing smell nearby?
Oh,
No.
Because that's what I remember in the Zellers anyway that my mom worked at like our Zellers in Georgetown. The record section and poster section was right next to the skillet, so there wasn't any clothes around the skillet. And I think the place where you drop off film to get developed as well. Yeah. Yes, Deepa, go ahead.
Do you guys remember Stuff by Duff, Hillary Duff's clothing line that was exclusive to Zellers?
Yeah, I think I was like
Or,
45 when that came out. Do you remember?
It'd be great if it came back.
But wasn't that based on isn't that when she had that TV show? Wasn't it around that same time?
Yeah, like she was doing Lizzie McGuire, and then she
Yeah.
started her own line, Stuff by Duff. So
Yeah.
Zellers used to have all of her like jewelry, clothing. So that's everything that I wore in elementary school was Stuff by Duff related. So if they brought that back, I would be so excited.
You think they're going to bring
Fingers crossed
Stuff by Duff back?
Like it was nostalgic. I don't see why not.
Yeah.
On their top 5 list of must-haves when they bring it back.
People want Stuff by Duff. I
Might
want
be.
blacklight posters.
Roz, did you ever bring a date to the skillet?
Yeah. Well, no, we don't need to talk about my personal life, Maury. My mom used to work at Zellers, and the skillet was like a super great treat. But yeah, the skillet at Zellers was the perfect place for a first date.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The compact disc turns how old this year, Deepa? Compact disc turns how old? Those are CDs, by the way, Deepa.
CD.
How old are CDs?
It is, I want to say like 30 years?
30
years old?
years. 40 years is the CD. It's, I guess, it's CD's birthday today. Billy Joel's 52nd Street was the, I guess, first released album on CD. That was 1982. Even though the album came out in 1978. And then by 1984, by 1985, this is why, like, I'm still so overwhelmed with things like, I don't know, like iTunes and stuff like this. Okay, so
It's just called Apple Music now.
Apple Music, is that what it's called? It's not called iTunes.
No.
Yeah.
Really? When did that change?
Forever.
Shut up.
Well.
When did that happen?
I thought those were two different things.
Isn't it?
I thought iTunes is where you buy it. Apple Music is where you listen to it.
That's what I thought. It's
Yeah,
one.
I'm pretty
It's
sure that's
one
it.
thing.
Okay,
Everything is just
actually.
one thing now.
Maybe I'm right.
Okay, so
It is?
here's why I'm still blown away. Okay, so in 1985, when I was like 11 going on 12 kind of thing, right? In 1985, the amount of CDs, like titles on compact disc in the world, okay? Like your mass variety to choose from. So think of what an 11-year-old has access to now and what me as an 11-year-old had access to. So in 1985, when I was 11, in total, there were 2,600 different compact discs that you could buy.
That's it?
That's it.
And now you have
2,000.
millions available.
All of them.
Every single thing that's ever been recorded
All
ever
of
in
them.
the history
All of them. And
everything.
They were $25, and a CD player was $1,000. Was it $1,000? Was it
$1,000?
Was it $1,000? Yeah, a CD player minimum $800 for a CD player. A VCR back then, like if you wanted like a good VCR when they first came out, $1,000.
Do you still have your VCR set up?
No.
Set up.
No,
I do.
No, I don't. I don't need a VCR in my life because that means I'm going to go back through the archives and I don't need to see any of that stuff.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Going through this like Twitter thread from Grimes. Grimes was with Elon Musk. I don't think they're together currently. I think they have two. They have two kids, didn't they?
Kids,
I think they have
right.
2 kids together.
I didn't know Elon Musk had like 7 kids.
He's got a lot of kids.
Yeah.
I
thought his kids with Grimes were like his first.
No. He's got like older kids. Yeah. So she wrote 2 years ago on Twitter, Grimes wrote, 2 years ago, I made an appointment with a great plastic surgeon that I thought I might want to change things up by my mid-30s, but then I forgot and never thought about what I should do. Any face mods y'all think would look good on me? Elf ears isn't an option. That's a separate quest. Also, does anyone know any great, safe, reliable people who could do vampire teeth caps on me in Austin or LA? Also, a reputable elf ear modifiers in any of these cities. Still debating this surgery because cartilage doesn't heal, so it requires permanent stitches.
Whoa.
Then she goes on to say,
So she wants
P.S.
elf ears
elf
and
ears.
vampire teeth?
Yes.
Okay.
So elf ears, like she wants to, I guess,
Well, they
like
point them at the top.
Point her ears up at the top.
Yeah.
Like take some off the back and maybe add it to the top and like give herself these little elf ears, maybe,
Okay.
I guess, or shrink them so they're smaller and pointy. And then she goes, P.S. Sorry if it's weird to discuss this openly. It just seems unhealthy how everyone in the media hides body mods, then people feel self-conscious. I'm also less interested in conventional beauty. I will keep my nose, but more so, is there anything else that would look sick? And then she says, also, anyone done elf ear mods with a good outcome? I'm scared about ear cartilage having a hard time healing, especially as a musician. This surgery seems risky, but I've wanted to do it my whole life, curious about people's experiences. And then finally, Elon jumps in with, I guess, words of wisdom, but I don't even know if he helped. He said, the downside of elf ear surgery probably outweighs the upside. Now, okay, if somebody you knew was contemplating elf ears, would you be as like rational as saying the downside of elf ears probably outweighs the upside?
Yeah,
No.
Of course not.
So then her reply was that this sounds like a job for CRISPR because CRISPR is a sort of gene splicing technology thing.
Goodness.
And then she said that she was born in the wrong century or a few generations too soon, meaning that if she was born 100 years from now, she would able to take a pill and get herself elf ears or whatever the hell it is.
Didn't she do something weird to her back? Didn't she do something to her spine?
Oh, maybe.
Years ago?
I don't
to make
understand.
them stick out?
And I
then I know she got like the tattoo inspired by like aliens or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
On her back?
I've never been into that. I saw a guy yesterday who was walking down the street and looked totally normal dude. But at one time, I guess, had like those big spacers in his ears.
Oh,
right.
yeah, in the earlobe.
But they weren't in there. So when they're just down and dangly and floppy, right?
That makes me feel so weird.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's somebody on Canada's Drag Race that has that, and then when they're doing the drag part, they
Yeah.
take the spacers out.
Yeah. But do they dangle,
They
right?
dangle, yeah.
Gross.
I know, it's super weird.
I knew a guy
right?
that had the space in it, the split in his tongue.
Oh, like he gave himself a forked tongue? Like a lizard?
Yeah, I'm sure Grimes had, like, there's so many people that
Right.
have done things to their
Yeah.
body like that
Yes.
extreme, where they split their tongue or they put the things
All that
above, like
stuff.
on their
But
forehead.
what doctor does that to somebody, though?
To make the bumps,
What
like a lizard?
Yeah,
I don't know.
what doctor does that? Like,
No idea.
who would do that to another human being?
No idea.
Like lop somebody's ears off or whatever. I mean, and even the spacers in the ears, I think that's like unethical to
You know,
do.
the spacers in the ears, you have to start with a small space.
I know, and then you
keep
keep
going.
getting big. You got to stretch it out over the years.
When I see, okay, this is so weird, okay?
Yeah.
When I see the earlobe without the spacer,
Yeah.
So first of all, it just makes
Yeah.
me so uneasy. But you know, the thing that runs through my mind,
Yeah.
anytime I hear about it or I see them,
Yeah.
I just feel, I get this urge,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
to take scissors.
Oh no! I just cut the bottom.
Oh no, that's even worse.
Like I don't know why. It's just that's the first thing that comes to my mind. I just want to like cut them off.
You know, they never heal.
No, that's never going to go back
It's so
together.
gross. I just wanna cut 'em off.
Oh my god! I wonder if you have them big enough where you could put your own hands through it and wear them like handcuffs. Like get them to the wrist. Look at Shem screaming in there.
like handcuffs?
Yeah, like if you could, or if you saw somebody on the street, right, or like on a bus or whatever in a movie theater, and they had the big giant holes with no with no rings in them. What could you slide from behind your hands through them and like tickle their cheeks with like your hands through the?
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
like do something like that. Like you slide right through and just like tickle them.
That's so gross.
So gross. Okay, I got more news I got to do. Sorry
Okay.
about that. Oh, that's it. Hey, Shem, She's a 10, but she's got big dangly spacers.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Okay. I know. Okay, so that's the breaking point. I love those things, man, when you see those. They're a 10. I like it when they do it with cats, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's a 10, but he, ate the fish or whatever, right? Threw up on my stomach, whatever it is.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Zac Efron's got a brand new movie coming out called The Greatest Beer Run Ever. Do you know this story? So it's Zac Efron, Bill Murray, and Russell Crowe. This is from a true story in like 1967 where there was a neighborhood in sort of North Manhattan in New York where a bunch of the young kids went off and they were in Vietnam. And one of the guys who was he was in the military but wasn't serving. He had done just stuff on ships before that. So he was still living in New York as all his buddies were going off to Vietnam. And they got drunk one night and he decided, they were like, oh my God, it would be a great idea to just bring all the boys, a can of beer. And so he did that.
What?
Yeah, he made a beer run from New York to Vietnam in 1967 during the war to bring the boys beer.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's what this movie is?
Yeah, listen to the trailer.
I'd like to go over to Vietnam, track down all the boys in the neighborhood, and give them a beer.
I could do that. Do what? Bring him beer. He's not serious. He's hammered. Look at him.
The man's stone sober. That's his 5th beer, maybe, tops. I'm going to Vietnam, and I'm bringing him beer!
Smuggling beer into a war zone, it's not the smartest thing I've ever heard of. It's certainly not the worst either.
Yeah, dude.
I am
But it's a true story.
interested.
And there's a bunch of, I think Pabst Blue Ribbon or whatever did a documentary, like a 15-minute documentary where they reunited years later, all the guys.
That got the beer?
Yeah. It's a great little documentary, but this movie looks really, really fun.
sick.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You want to hear the director for New Moon, the Twilight movie New Moon, talk about why he turned down Taylor Swift? Because Taylor Swift wanted to be in the movie.
Oh, for real?
And he turned her down. Yeah, listen to this.
I mean, the craziest one of all those was to hear that Taylor Swift was a huge twihard, right? And actually, Taylor Swift and I had the same agent at the time, and he said, like, Taylor would like to be in this movie, not because of you, but because she's a twihard, but she will be like, someone at the cafeteria or the diner or whatever, but she just wants to be in this movie. And like the hardest thing for me was to be like, the moment that Taylor Swift like walks onto the screen, like for about 5 minutes, that nobody is going to be able to process anything. So like,
oh my gosh,
and
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I kick myself for it too because I was like, wow, I could have been like hanging out with Taylor Swift.
Yeah, or
maybe
like,
we could have
just
been
been like,
friends
does
or
she want to
something.
be in the end credits after we've gotten through?
Post-credit sequence. And so I sort of feel like, I had sort of cost myself a chance to hang out with
To be
Taylor
friends with
Swift.
T. Swift.
And she must have just been like, who is this jerk? who,
Yeah,
like,
right. Are you? She's
say
like, are
no?
you kidding me?
But sometimes you make decisions and you think like, this is for the best of the film.
So that was Chris Weitz. Could you imagine, though, being Taylor Swift? Where, like, you're Taylor Swift, and you're like, listen, tell the guy who's directing this movie, I'm such a huge fan. I will do anything. I will play a high schooler in the cafeteria. I just want to be a part of this movie. And then they say no?
I know. But I kind of get it. Like, you don't want it to take the attention away from the actual movie, right?
I get it. Like,
because then it becomes Taylor Swift is in the new Twilight movie.
Right, but then you're also saying that it's that anybody who is super famous is incapable of starring in a movie.
Sure.
But I also think Twilight is one of those films like Hunger Games that have such a rabid fan base that their fans are going to watch it regardless. And you're just bringing in more fans by having Taylor Swift in it. And quite frankly, there's probably a lot of crossover as well.
But she's been in other movies and it didn't hurt them. Like she was in Valentine's Day and it did just fine.
Oh, that movie sucked.
Maury was Valentine's Day. Bring it Valentine's Day.
Maury
First
loves
of all,
all those.
Valentine's Day didn't do just fine.
It didn't not to do just fine because
You
of
love
her.
all the Valentine's Day. What was the other one? New Year's Eve? or something?
Oh God,
Right?
those movies.
Oh, man, I
Valentine's
cry
Day.
every time.
That may be. That may be.
Yeah, and Taylor Lautner was in
I
that.
still think
Yeah,
that.
they were seen together.
I still think that that's the movie that killed Taylor Lautner's career.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, that scene with Taylor Swift. I think that decision to do that movie and that scene with Taylor Swift is what killed his career. They were, if you remember, Taylor Lautner was supposed to be the next Tom Cruise. He had a machine body. behind him.
He started
Were
working
they-
out.
bro.
Like when he debuted his new body, I think it was on the cover
Yeah.
of GQ with his
Yeah.
shirt open.
I love that you know
abs.
that.
He was
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
be.
yeah.
He was supposed to be the next Tom Cruise,
Yeah.
and I don't know what happened. I don't know.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. I don't know if there's any explanation
He
for it
played the
because
hot football
that,
player.
that movie was so atrocious.
Yeah.
No, I guess it's just because Taylor Swift was in it. Then he would have just been fine.
No, the movie was
Oh
terrible.
my god, that movie was so bad.
Is that the one with Sandra Bullock? Was Sandra Bullock in that one too?
I don't think
Julia Roberts.
No,
was
Oh,
in
no,
it.
Sandra Bullock.
oh yeah, Julia Roberts.
Julia
because-
Roberts, yeah.
Wait, was she? And she was like on the plane trying to. I don't know how I remember so much
Wow,
about this movie. And I
man.
hated it.
Wow. Bro, I had to do I interviewed everybody for that movie. I did the
you?
junket
Oh,
for that
God, the
movie.
Bradley
worst.
Cooper's in it, Anne Hathaway's in it.
Yeah, it was the worst.
Is that the one with the
movie
gay
I-
football player? Spoiler alert. Remember he had to come
Wow,
out.
man.
I don't even
Spoil-
remember that.
It's a lot of-
Again, I don't know
yeah,
why.
exactly. It's so wild.
Yeah, that's my favorite movie, guys.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Demand for vasectomies appears to have shot up dramatically in every part of the U.S. since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade back in July. And people are sharing their experiences on TikTok. So TikTok videos with the hashtag vasectomy have been viewed more than 500 million times. And the hashtag snip, snip, hooray has been viewed more than 20 million times. Even Tinder mentions of vasectomies in dating profiles surged this year by more than 5 times compared to last year. And demand for vasectomies is skyrocketing. There was a doctor I was just reading in Iowa who normally does about 40 to 50 vasectomies each month, is now on track to do 100 in July alone. A Texas-based doctor said, we've had some people call in and say because of Roe v. Wade, they want to be more proactive or preventative, meaning men, and also he said that men without children are using vasectomies as a method of contraception. So
wow.
vasectomies are all the rage for people without kids as a way of contraception.
Because it can be
seems-
reversed, right?
It can, sure. Yeah, I guess. Sure. Yeah.
Happened to Michael Scott.
Yeah. Oh,
The
that's
Office.
right.
Remember? Dinner
That's
party
right.
episode?
Yeah.
Snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. I mean, it's not a complicated procedure. It's a very
Just reattach.
No, to have it done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know what the procedure is like to reattach. I would never go through that.
Duct tape.
I'm done down there.
Yeah?
Right? Yeah. Once, don't, if you go, I'm fine. You go in and cut it. Just don't glue it back together. Right. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm fine.
Leave the Gorilla Glue on
Yeah.
the shelf. Stop.
That's it. I don't know how you piece that thing back together, but just don't. Right. So anyway,
Just buy extra tube from Home Depot.
500 million times videos with the hashtag vasectomy have been viewed on TikTok.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Let's start with Rachel Bilson. I didn't know that Rachel Bilson was dating Bill Hader. It was like a COVID relationship.
It was?
Yeah. So Rachel Bilson
No idea.
and from the OC
she played Summer.
and Bill Hader, they hooked up, I guess it was 2019, and then they broke up like a year later. But she was doing a podcast, Rachel Bilson was, called Broad Ideas. And they started talking about her relationship with Bill Hader, and they were like, hey, what are you going to miss the most? So here's Rachel Bilson talking about what she's going to miss the most about Bill Hader.
When you and Bill broke up, what did you miss the most?
His big.
Oh my God.
And you can keep that.
Whoa.
So Ariana Grande was really the one that started this, right? With Pete Davidson, with BDE, right? Ariana Grande was really the one that started that whole thing. And if you remember at the time, like Pete Davidson was like, it's not me, thank you, but no, right? But it does, like, that is now your rep forever.
Yeah.
Like it's your rep
So
forever.
was she being, you think, just like she's just kidding around?
But this is the great thing, is that it doesn't matter if she's just kidding around.
Yeah.
Right?
She just gave him the biggest cosign.
Yeah, like it doesn't matter if she's.
No, it does matter.
Why does it matter?
Because what if now somebody wants to see if she's right and then is like, you were wrong.
Well, that's what Pete Davidson had said, is that when Ariana Grande said that, it was, flattering, sure. But what she did was set him up for a lifetime of disappointment.
Yeah, you gotta live up to the expectation.
Of disappointing other people. So it could be that, but geez, man, that's a real roundabout way to hurt somebody's feelings.
Oh, big time.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Right?
Like, how you gonna do that to me?
Yeah. So anyway.
What if he texted her right away? Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah. I haven't seen a lot of Bill Hader because I watched that show Barry when it first came out, but then I stopped watching it. I sort of lost interest in it. I just miss him on SNL. He was so good on Saturday Night Live.
Stefan?
Oh, Stefan. Stefan.
The best.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So they've released a list of baby names that people Google to see if they can name their baby that name. So they've released a list of people who Google, quote, can I name my baby blank?
Like Jesus?
Can I name my baby blank? Jesus is on the list. I guess Jesus, you could say. That's at number 12 on the list. But let me go through some of these names with you, okay? Can I name my baby Zero?
Oh, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I name my baby Saint? Yeah, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West certainly did. Can I name my baby Shrek?
Yeah.
Why you gotta be so mean?
Can I name my baby Nirvana? Can I name my baby Love? Can I name my baby Lucifer?
Oh, wow.
Can I name my baby John Doe or Jane Doe?
Can you?
That's just mean.
So you can, I guess. Can I name my baby Heaven? Can I name my baby God is on the list.
Oh, wow.
That's at number 9. So now we're into the top 10.
What about Goat? Greatest of all time, Goat.
No, Goat is not on the list, but 11 is. Can I name my baby
Stranger
11?
Things.
Stranger
Yes, you can.
Things. Somebody Googled, can I name my baby Disney?
I think you got sued.
Okay, this is. I'm going to come back. Remind me to come back to number 6, okay? Because these are forward-thinking parents, okay?
Okay.
So at number 5 is, can I name my baby Cinderella?
Mhm.
At number 4 is, can I name my baby Batman?
Yeah.
Okay. At number 3 is, can I name my baby Baby?
Uh-huh.
Right? At number 2 is, can I name my baby Amen?
Yeah. Talk to him. Yeah.
And number 1 is, can I name my baby Apple? Of course, Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin did. It's a very popular
go back to
name
number
in the
6
UK.
now.
Okay, these are some forward-ass thinking parents.
Okay.
Okay? Can I name my baby Doctor?
Doctor?
Yes.
Like spelled out that way?
Doctor, meaning that they're setting you up. So anytime, let's say you're 26 and you go in somewhere and somebody asks for, like,
Is there a doctor in the house?
Dr. Sherman.
Oh, is there a doctor in the house?
Right?
Yeah, right here.
Maury would be Dr. Sherman.
Yeah.
Right? He's going to have a better life because he's going to start telling people, that, like, what's your name? Just Dr. Sherman. Right? Like, what a smooth move by parents thinking that. So I don't know.
I know a doctor.
Yeah.
Whose last name is Doctor.
No, you do not.
Swear.
You know a Doctor?
Yes.
Wasn't that a band?
Yes, it was.
It was.
Was it?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah, no, her last name is Doctor.
Her last name is Doctor? Is it spelt the same?
Yep.
Oh, Matthew went to a foot doctor, and it was Dr. Foot. His last name was Foot.
No, it wasn't.
I swear to God.
That's great.
I got something for you. My dentist, no longer with us, his last name is Chewback.
Dr. Chewback the dentist?
Dr. Chewback, yeah.
Come
Seriously?
on now, right?
Like destined. It was destined for it.
No.
Dr. Foot?
No, but your friend whose last name is Doctor, who became a doctor, she had no other choice in life, right?
Had to.
You can't work in IT with the last name Doctor.
No, you can't
right?
be a lawyer with the last name Doctor.
No. That'd be awesome, though.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.